Hello, hello. Hey, Chef Alton. Oh, Abby. She always meows in the morning. She meows and then she doesn't come over here. All right, I moved the microphone to this side of the desk. I don't know if anyone would have noticed that anyway. Yeah, it's brick o'clock. I gotta figure out what exactly is going on here. Hey, Flair. Flair, this is the last week and then you take vacation, right? So we gotta merge PRs. I know that's important. And my goal for this week was get to the point where YouTubers can play challenge mode. I'm just not totally sure what that means. Like how many perks do I have to add? How many? I don't know. Adam is uh yeah, probably going to keep working toward making challenge mode as good as it can be today. He wants to release it slightly more widely at the end of this week, if that's possible. See playtest if you'd like to join. Okay. Next Monday, then 2 weeks of vacation. It's happening. All right, so marketing plan. We got to figure this out. I emailed 13 people. I'm still debating on how effective this has been. I just searched Skeleseller. Actually, I did this twice, and for whatever reason, this only just showed. Yeah. So Budget Aquaman just made a video, and oh, hi, Abby. Hi, Katso. You want to come over here? So it's going to be eventually uncomfortable. Okay, you don't. You want to? Oh. My microphone just rotated. Not sure if I should just stay on vacation, live under a bridge somewhere. I mean, that sounds like a plan. Maybe collect tolls from people passing by. Hi, you want to sit down? Yeah, good cat. Okay. She's so soft. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, I keep mentioning this every week that I feel like the metrics keep dying down. Like now I go and look at this sales and activations report and it says there are 0 people playing right now. There have been 3 units given out today. Like these numbers used to be a lot better. And I don't know how to get them back to that point. And I'm not sure how much is it like I need to do more things on Steam. I need to just pay for ads. I need to whatever reach bigger YouTubers. Maybe I shouldn't even be reaching out to some of the people I'm reaching out to. Hey V. There's one of the people I reached out to. I was just talking about marketing strategy. I was reading on Reddit. I mean, B already knows about this, but I was reading on Reddit that I go to the Twitch subreddit every once in a while, and B made a post saying something like, "Oh, I got reached out to from a developer," and I'm like, I should reach out to this person. So I did, and on Wednesday we'll be rating B. I already have this on my to-do list, and she'll be playing Skeleseller. I think it'd be fun. So yeah. Anyway, got to figure out a marketing plan for this week. And I don't know. I think I should just focus on making videos and following up with people. Maybe reach out to like 5 new people. I think that's a good plan. But otherwise, I think whatever I'm doing is just not super effective. Need to find more Scala buyers. Need to find more Scala watchers. It's like, okay, so when people play the demo, they generally say like, I liked this. I wasn't sure I would. Something like that. Some people say this part at least. This is really hard to work with because this means that there are people that if I could reach, they would probably like the game. But I don't know how to reach them because they see that this is like an idle-ish game and they're like, ah, that doesn't sound like fun to me. But yeah, a lot of people do end up finding it fun. TikToks are pretty good. Yeah. So I'm not on TikTok. I don't think I like TikTok from a sort of societal impact perspective. And I don't know how much I want to fuel that, but I do think it'd probably be beneficial from a marketing perspective. Also, isn't this cat just adorable? Anyway, email 13 people. New plan should be to make a video and not necessarily email new people. See if my numbers go up through that. Yep. Yep. I think this is a good new plan. Okay. I do think extra credit will be reaching out to, say, 5 people. I don't think it's very important, though. Also, once the demo looks better, I could potentially try reaching bigger YouTubers. Yeah, I think that's what I'll probably try this week. I think I'm going to try making a short or maybe just a video and do some Skeleseller focused content. I always kind of look at this in a couple different ways. I have a game and I want to market the game. So then I make a video about the game and now I have to market the video. So it's like if the video is just naturally successful, then it is marketing the game. If it's not, I now need to go post elsewhere. And it's like, should I just be posting about the game, I guess? Optimal cat. Optimal cat. All right, so next up is tenants. For those who haven't seen this, I like doing this every Monday, just making sure I'm on track with whatever I say is important to myself. And this last week has actually been a little bit difficult. I need to think about this stuff. So sustainability, I do sort of feel like I need a vacation. The last kind of honest to goodness vacation I feel like I took was, well, like January. And I've taken some time off here and there, but it was mostly like a reactionary thing. Or like I had an appointment and then I don't know, just throw out the stream rhythm. I don't think any individual week has been too much, but I've been on this death march for challenge mode. Bricklaying, this is still going fine. Oh, she's purring now. Not wasting the opportunity. Yeah, had Kevin over on Saturday, and we each did some work on Skeleseller. I mostly did the marketing stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of all I want to keep track of right now. I want to keep an eye on this. So after this week, yeah, I want to get challenge mode kind of ready. Then if that goes well, I want to take some time off, just kind of focus. My wife has been out of town. I've been a blob this weekend, intentionally so. I'm just trying to catch up. I feel like I need to catch up on everything. Anyway, technical work. We got to merge some PRs. So let's go find out what can be done here. This is the earliest one, and then some UI improvements. Move the node, fix most of the issues from the, yeah, okay, cool. So there is quite a lot here that we can take a look at. And then what are we working with here? Get log -1, improve challenge mode even further. Okay, so this is the merge PR, and then I pushed a version of this. Yeah. I mentioned this too a little while ago. It's tough to know if you have a game problem or a marketing problem. Like if your game isn't fun, people aren't going to want to talk about it. And if your game is super fun and no one's talking about it, then you need to get them talking about it. And I think Skeleseller as a game is fine, but this challenge mode stuff is maybe a little different. Like I kind of wonder what the attach rate is or attach velocity for typical roguelike games. Do people tend to play once and then they're like, oh, this is my new game? Or does it take a couple hours? How do you kind of pull people in? So I think the progress aspect of Skeleseller is going to be important. Yeah, the progress aspect of the game will be important. I don't think it needs to be rogue light progress. It could just be working your way through difficulties. I have no idea how or even if I'm supposed to market my game. It's very important to me to not promote myself in community as I'm not an authentic member in. Also, that's just bad. Yeah, you need to at some point expand outside of that. However, I don't know what your launch date is. I think there's a time when you can be reaching out and it's maybe a little too early. You have something that's playable. So you could kind of do the same thing I'm doing and reach out to like random influencers, post on different subreddits and stuff. Because yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, how do you get new eyeballs on your game? And you can only be part of so many communities. Hey, Bosch. No, no, dude. Don't think allowed to analyze your feelings, repress them, procrastinate, and feel guilty. No, this is the mental health century. I do think it's worth talking about this stuff and sometimes getting the stream input on this. And those tenets are a good way of at least making sure I'm abiding by what I thought was important, at least at some point. Okay, so I think Kevin made probably a pretty small change here that I'd ask for. Show drop location and quest related UIs only. Yeah, this one. I want to take a look at this. Yeah, show drop locations. Okay, this is exactly what I would think we'd do here. Yep. We apparently do this in several different locations. Yeah. And I think I wrote that I didn't actually review this. Yeah. Updated it, made it so it also shows in quest related dialogues. Quest related dialogues. What? That part I don't remember. 1141. Yeah. Well, let's get to it. Okay, so let's launch the game. Oh, good cat. She's so warm, and my legs are going to start to hurt at some point from having to sit in a certain way. But they don't yet. We might need to reload this. I'm not actually sure why this happened. I've seen this happen before. It says can't open a bunch of files. Yeah, I just don't know why. But let's reload the whole project. I think rerunning usually fixes it. Okie dokie. Okay, yeah, that worked. I gotta set this back to 2.0. There we go. All right, so quest dialog should now show, yep, this, which is where do you, or like, what are the icons for these things that they're asking you for? And then I think if you hover over this, yeah, that's fine. Oh, this is not correct. It doesn't show the quest text anymore. Does it error, I wonder? No, huh? It's important to expand on my communities if the goal is to get max sales. Sort of have two more specific goals. One is to create a thing that impacts the world positively, and two is financial independence. Two seems unlikely, so should I be sacrificing integrity? Yes, I think you should, because I don't think it's sacrificing integrity. I think this is the perspective that happens from someone who is conscientious, who hasn't done marketing before, because I was in the same state like 10 years ago. And I ended up reaching out to communities I was part of already and trying to use like the few lifelines I had. And I think it is not so bad to reach out to new people, and you can still be authentic to them. I always used to think that networking was a bad word. Like you're going into some social arrangement with an ulterior motive. Like, how do I get people to join my company or play my game or whatever, buy my product, something like that. And it's like, it doesn't have to be, hi, I'm Adam. Nice to meet you. Do you want to buy this thing? It's more like, hey, what are you about? Do you have an opportunity for this? Is there some like mutual way of benefiting each other? So I think it's worth pushing that comfort zone a little bit. And the reason I say that is because you have two goals. Number one was the positive influence. I think this is going to happen no matter what. And number two is a difficult goal. So I'd say start working toward that goal. And I think it will change your perspective as you do this. Some of it is just getting your feet wet and trying something you've never tried before. And then some of it is hard work. Like, it doesn't matter if you tried it before, it's still difficult. Yeah, so there's an issue here. 1141 can no longer see the quest text after you already accepted it. If your product is good, get it out. Sell your product. Be prepared for people to say no. Someone say yes. Yeah, yeah. And if you are trying to monetize something, that's the only way to really do it. I mean, well, I guess there's one other way, which is rely on a platform to push it for you. And to some extent, some people can do this. Like when you publish a really, really good YouTube video and a bunch of people watch it to completion, YouTube pushes that out to more people and more people and more people. And YouTube will reach more people than you probably ever will. Like there are so many eyeballs on YouTube. It's kind of the same thing with TikTok or Reddit or something like that. But that's kind of the exceptional case. Most people need to push for those eyeballs. um, Let me see what changed as part of this. I guess I should just review everything. Yeah, let's take a look. All right, this sounds fine. This is good. This is fine. Items list container, map tooltip reward. I want to take a look at that. Map tooltip reward. Where is this? This should still be, oh, map tooltip item reward. Huh, no, it doesn't show up anywhere. Change the scene to use iScene script. We must have still constructed this somewhere though, unless we renamed it. Map, tooltip. Oh yeah, huh. Okay, I don't know what it's called now, but we got to go figure that out. So let's remember that we got this one done and oh, here it is. Item list row. That's what it's called. Okay, so I want to search for that. Item list row. And there should be an iScene script here. Yep, there, which makes it have a scene path. Interesting. So this is the pattern. This is the pattern that we would need. So I want to write this down. Item list row. We could get rid of pretty much everything in scene paths, or well, most things. Or at least most things if we follow what we did in copy active file. Inherit. Man, I don't like how it turns into a link. And now that it's on a link, it's got the wrong styling. This is so stupid. It's still a link. What is going on here? Come on, seriously? There we go. Inherit from iScene script. Yeah. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Yeah, these ones I expected to be pretty easy. Now we're getting into some things slightly different here. This is in get tooltip. This is in all item data. Where was it originally, I wonder? I think it was in item data itself, and we moved it. Yep. All right, so this all got moved. And now there's a show drop locations thing. Okay, I think this is pretty reasonable. We could diff it with this. I might as well. Let's just see what changed. So there's the old one, and here's the new one. And compare with that. Close this. So parameters changed. We now have to get the item data because this used to be in item data. This is now data.value. That's fine. Rest of this stuff was fine too. Title. Only the fetching the data change here. Okay, and then drop locations. Yeah, this looks very reasonable. Cool. All right, item data all got deleted from there, so that looks good. Quest, get quest backstory and items. Okay, so this has been deleted. That's not good. This is what's causing the bug that I saw. Although I don't know, maybe I guess if we just search for items needed, we might find. No, it doesn't even say items needed anymore. Yeah, this isn't good. Made it so it shows in the quest related dialogues. For some reason I had in my mind that this is something we wanted to do. I still don't understand this. Yeah, but I think we need this back. I'll take a screenshot of this. Hey, Xyletics. How goes it? All right, let's put this here. There's a regression here, which is clicking a quest that you've already accepted now shows this instead of this. Now, how do I get the instead of this part? I guess what we do is we save the game, quit, go to open exported Mac build. How was your weekend? It was pretty good. On Saturday, Kevin came over. We worked on Skeleseller for a bit. We got Thai food. We played some Mario Kart. And then I was a blob for pretty much the rest of the weekend. I just needed to decompress. I did a lot of nothing. It was mostly just playing video games. I played some finals, Slay the Spire, and I started Breath of the Wild again because I got the expansion pack thing, which is pretty much just graphical improvements, and because it's on the Switch too, it's faster loading times. But there are technically some very small gameplay improvements too. I really, really like Breath of the Wild, and I stopped for a bit just because you have to go through the tutorial, and I'm not a speedrunner, so I can't do it in like 5 minutes. Um, I'm not sure how much fun I'd have playing it again. And to be honest, I don't really notice a lot of the graphical improvements other than that the frame rate has been improved. The faster loading times are definitely great though. And it does make me think that whatever new Zelda game comes out on the Switch 2, even if it's optimized, it's still going to be more resource intensive. So there will be loading times like there were on the Switch 1 probably. And it's just a shame because I'm okay with a loading time at the beginning of a game. I think that's pretty normal. But every time you like change locations within a game, you go to a different, I don't know, a different screen sometimes, or a cutscene or something happens, those loading times do take me out of it. Especially, I mean, on the Switch 1, they started off being extensive. And then they made an update that let them overclock the CPU for loading times, at least first party games. Meeting humans in person. Did you win your spy runs? I won a few of them. I got the silent up to like level 15 or something. Hey Kevin, hey Galaxy Inferno. Kevin, I wanted to show something. I'm probably gonna request a change to this PR. If you oh wait, here. This is how we can show this. If I just click load game here. This. Okay, so this dialogue used to be here and now it's been replaced. I'll show you what it is now. So now it just says you've already accepted this quest and shows what you have. But I liked having the quest text there too, in case you click through it really fast. So yeah, I think we should do that. Oops. I mean to click that. It looks like this was deleted. All right, I'm gonna comment this for now, but I might edit this in a sec. Also, what does this comment mean? I made it so it also shows in the quest related dialogues. I'm not sure I understand. Isn't this the only quest related dialogue? That part I wasn't positive about. It's probably fine. I don't think I'd want to revert that. Super annoying, especially if you make a mistake or backtracking because you missed an item. Loading sucks. Shouldn't really be a thing with game specific device. I don't think I understand the second part of what you mean, but yeah, the loading sucks bit. It is kind of frustrating. One of the really frustrating parts is every once in a while you're playing a 3D game and you like hold up to move forward, but actually the camera was pointed in a weird direction, so you actually move backwards into the door you came from, and then it's like a loading screen again. You're like, oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Or in one case, I was actually just playing now. Like I've played a lot of Breath of the Wild. I'm not bad at the game, but I was right at the edge of a tower and I didn't realize that was I thought I was at the other side. So I moved forward and just jumped off to my death and then had like 12 seconds of going through loading screens and game over and whatever. And it's like, oh, okay. I pushed the wrong button and it cost me 12 seconds of real life time. Kind of just weird to think about it that way. If you hover over the item and the quest dialogue, the one you're showing shows the item tooltip. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, and that I think is good. But that oh, it used to show you what is going on here. What is going on with this? How are things getting put in the dock? I don't understand how this is happening on Mac. I'm not trying to add these things to the dock, and yet they get there somehow. Okay, so I guess this used to always be this way, I guess. Maybe it was different over here. Huh. Hey Roots, how you doing? Okay. Let's keep looking through this. The dialogue where you accept the quest. Oh. I see. I see. Yeah, interesting. Okay, yeah, that's good. Cool. All right, I wonder if you can add comments or pictures to a comment, because if so, I'm going to just write this here for my own information. Note to self, asked Kevin about this. He said that you can now hover over the items when in the accept quest dialog. Yeah, we can. Okay, cool. All right, looks good. So yeah, I think this is probably an issue, and I wrote a comment about this. Hey, Mystic Soda, I like AM2R's arrow key logic. What is AM2R? Another Metroid 2 remake. Interesting. When it comes to climbing walls in spider ball mode. Yeah, I haven't played that. I do like the Metroid games. I was thinking about Super Metroid and what would it take to modernize the game? Like people would play it and still say, "Yeah, this is Super Metroid." But how would you get modern gamers to enjoy it? Because I've seen modern gamers play Super Metroid for the first time, and I don't think they enjoy it like how people enjoyed it back when it first came out. I think there are too many things that are off or missing. And it's not to say it's a bad game. So anyway, yeah, I kind of wonder this AM2R. Like I'd like to check that out. Glad I'm alive to experience Metal Gear Triangle. Man, there's so much I haven't heard of. Solid Delta releases on August 28th. Yeah, I haven't played I haven't really played Metal Gear. I even bought it, I think for the 3DS, Metal Gear Solid, and I played for like 5 minutes and I was just like, I'm not interested in this. Hey Tyrion. Ori was like a modernized Metroid. Yeah, there are a lot of Metroidvanias that I think are modern and have sold well. And even Silk Song now has a release date apparently. I guess what I was talking about is more like if you could remake Super Metroid. So this very thing happened for Link's Awakening. I think it was like 2019 or something. I'm not sure, but they took a Game Boy game and they remade it for the Switch. Actually, technically, I guess they took the Game Boy Color game, so it actually went to Game Boy Color first. And there, some of the modern things that they did were like use all of the buttons on the controller. This isn't a modern thing. Every console's always done this, but the Game Boy just didn't have that many buttons. So it was kind of a pain just managing like normal items. If you wanted the sword and the shield, and then you wanted to switch to like sword and boomerang, you needed to press start or select or something and then go pick the different thing and then back out of the menu, use your boomerang, then switch back to your shield. So yeah, the Switch just like naturally fixed that. They also changed how you could see different parts of the world based on where you were. All right, so setup rewards containers we used to do, all just for the sake of this, but now there is a create list out of a bunch of item drop IDs. I think that's pretty reasonable. Okay. Same thing here. Yeah, we had done this in a couple different places. I like this. I like that it's consolidated. Oh, there's just backstory here. Huh, interesting. And that's next quest to be offered. Yeah, I think this part is wrong. I can link to this. I think something in here broke. See this comment. Hey, Magnetic Bind. Happy Monday. I saw you had a new trailer. How you feeling? Character movement shouldn't be completely tied to the camera movement. Should be the other way around. I think it depends on the style of game. Also, I don't even think it would be a problem in most of these games if there just wasn't loading time. Like let's say you accidentally walk into a door and it like zones you out of a place. If the loading time is instantaneous, you'd be like, I'll just walk back through the door again. It's when it triggers like a 15-second loading time that you feel penalized for pressing the wrong button. Hey, Smack. So yeah, I think it all depends on what kind of game you're playing. All right. This was, you've already accepted this quest. This is get quest already accepted. Oh, wait. Oh, it's just this, isn't it? Yeah, you've already accepted this quest. Okay, never mind. I put this comment to the wrong thing. Never mind. It's the part that shows quest already accepted. It needs to change. All right, well, whatever. Yeah, new trailer for Monatic Mind's game, which I will leave to Monatic Mind to share. You're welcome to. Feel free to put a link in chat. All right, name of new worker. Get worker name of skeleton. New skeleton. Sounds good. Looks good. Looks good as well. Ooh, what's this? Treasure chest initializes with the town? Tooltip content. As a, oh, interesting. We weren't calling the right init? Oh, wait. Oh, is this new? Is that why? That might just be new code if I scroll down far enough. Yes, it just wasn't called. It was the right function the whole time. All right, so this used to exist as a different file, which was like map item something something. Map item this. So not that file. I meant the C# file. There. Okay, so this got a lot bigger. And now encapsulates creating a list as well. Update if we beat one of the locations to drop the item or for the level. The abilities that would change the item description changes. Nice. Good, good, good. Yeah. We're excited. It's the one trailer we're doing. Buddy of ours is / was a YouTuber and they offered to help. Came out really great. Yeah, nice. Nice, nice, nice. You should share it though. And here, I mean, oh yeah, there we go. Demo right now, it's basically the whole game. Yeah, check out this new trailer. I can't recall if I watched the whole thing or if I skimmed through it like the average Steam player would. Man, that reminded me of Warcraft 3. There's a bird in this game? No, this is a lot longer than I thought. Wow. Well, okay, I won't show the whole thing on stream then. But yeah, it looks cool. I want to play as washing machine, just like in Banjo-Tooie. Yeah, so check out that game, everybody. It's right there in chat. Seaborn Soldiers. From our very own Monatic Bind. Okay, let's see what's next. Get tooltip description. Cool. And this is the end of it here. So I see. I kind of cheated when it came to treasure chests and just reused the map tooltip thing. I wonder how this looks. Interesting. Okay. Now what we do this. Yeah. Yeah, looks good. Hey, Journey. Game used to be a roguelike battler. Then I realized it sucked and rebuilt it. Then it still wasn't fun. So I repeated that process 4 to 5 more times. There's certain like genres that I feel are kind of just inherently fun or have more of a foundation to make them fun. And I think roguelike games, I think card games, I think pretty much anything with like some amount of randomness. People generally like having variance in outcomes and being surprised by good things that happen and being able to work around the bad things that happen with randomness. So I know you settled on a card game, but I think card games and roguelike games can go pretty easily hand in hand. Hey, Rixa. All right, so all of this looks good except for that one change. I will write now that I have reviewed the code. Where is my comment here? Yeah. I reviewed the code, and other than this one issue, I think it all looks good. Right, I didn't make any other changes? No, I didn't. Okay, Cat, I'm sorry. You're too warm. I put a little decoy chair over here. Catso, will you move, please? I'm sorry. I know. Good cat. Oh my god, my legs are on fire. She's so warm, and it's already warm in here. She's just so adorable. Nope. I gotta figure out how to get this thing to not rotate like that, because I think that's gonna happen a lot. Unsubscribe, I know. Ungift all those subs. Definitely don't support this streamer. All right, so that PR has been reviewed and it's practically ready to be merged. I should probably request the changes, huh? Wait, updated 1 minute ago because of what my comment? Yeah. Can I request a review? Re-request review. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next one now. So that one's done. Challenge mode UI improvements. What is this? Thought it makes sense to use the new panels for challenge mode UI. Use the new... No, 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 no. Stop it, phone. Stop it. My phone's talking. Well, I'm going to unsubscribe to use Athletics. See how you feel. So use the new theme, adjusted layout of challenge mode, reduce some of the margin and spacing in the panels, localize the names and difficulties. Button titles and tooltips are also set up on the fly. Yeah, I think this looks good. I don't think I looked at any of the code for this. I think I started to, and then I was like, oh, this is going to be longer than I thought. But we're going to spend that time now. This sounds good, and this sounds good. Cool. Okay, so this is 1143. You're excited, Monadic Bind? Also, I know I don't necessarily like this question when people ask me, but do you have a timeline? Do you know how long it's going to take? I do have to figure that out. I'm really hoping that challenge mode is just well liked by players. And by the end of this week, I'm hoping to give the game to a couple of YouTubers and see how they play. I watched so many people play the demo and I learned a lot by doing that. And I have not been able to watch that many people play challenge mode. And it's the kind of thing that unfortunately I can't just recruit people to play challenge mode directly. Like the game's tutorial is still the regular mode. So I would need to recruit people to play this for like an hour and a half, and then go play challenge mode. So there's that extra hurdle. And some people would be willing to do that. But yeah. Anyway, so this is now how this looks. And, oh, okay. Apparently if we shrink the screen, everything breaks quite a lot. Because I guess this just keeps getting bigger and bigger. We probably need to change that. Yeah, this should probably also scroll. But we definitely need to change this bit. And probably just lay these things out differently. Is challenge mode in the playtest? It's in the playtest. It's not in the demo. All right, so I'll just take a picture of this. shrinking the width of the new run screen causes the description box to grow vertically. Definitely need some scrolling slash, yeah, we definitely need to fix this. Give it some time tonight or tomorrow night. I had 4 to 5 hours on the playtest base game so far. Yeah, did I think I gave you access, right? So you know what would be good is if you could record, and if you're not comfortable with this, yeah, okay. If you're not comfortable with this, feel free to say no. I'm not trying to pressure you at all. But if you could record yourself playing, it doesn't have to be with like a webcam on or anything. Ideally, you'd be speaking during it so I could just hear like what are you confused by or what's frustrating. Because that first playthrough is where I think a lot of issues arise that I don't necessarily have insight into. And I know that there are some problems. So that's another issue is that this is a little bit rough around the edges and I'm going to eventually address it, but I just haven't gotten time yet. I can stream it on my Twitch channel for you and you have access to the VOD. Yeah, that would be great. I do search Twitch every once in a while for any Skeleseller VODs. Although, I mean, you could always just share it directly with me too. Or I can OBS record it to MP4 and upload to YouTube. No, Twitch is fine. I don't necessarily need it to live forever. And like I said, I don't want you to do this if you're uncomfortable. If you're like, well, I just wanted to relax and play the game. That's totally fine. You don't have to do this. But it is very helpful watching people play. Now, like I said, we have some issues that I guess we have to kind of fix this week, huh? I wonder, would you be okay waiting until this weekend, maybe? Did we not go over how addicted I was? Yeah, I think waiting for this weekend would be best. It's a 5-day weekend for me. So yeah, okay. Then I'm gonna write this down. I will say reach out to Arixa about this. They don't mind streaming on Twitch and sharing the VOD. Okay. Yeah, that would be very, very helpful. And then I think what we need to do is things we need. Well, we need all the stuff that's down here: content, balancing, bug fixes, and polish. But I think we need to focus a little bit more on bug fixes. So I want to get to the point concretely, add another twist or two, improve the UI for twists to make them stand out, fix bugs and polish, especially ability tooltips. I'm off Friday to Tuesday, return to work Wednesday. Yeah, okay, that should work. That should definitely work. Because the bulk of the feedback that I've tried to get so far is just, is this fun? And it's with the caveat of like, overlook the small issues. And I'll show one of the small issues that we have. Let's say we go build a thing. Oh, I think this is the old. Why are these labels colored wrong? Huh, that's strange. I'll just take a picture of that for now. Anyway, one of the old issues is this. When you get battle perks, anything that has an ability, you can't hover over it to see what the ability does. So pretty much universally, including even for myself, it's like sometimes I don't remember what these abilities do. So I want to be able to hover over to see them. And you can go look at this information. If you click adventurers and no, you can't. Never mind. It's not even possible. Well, whoops. Yeah, so we gotta do that. And I think I wrote down, remember, you may not have the adventurer unlocked. So we don't have an abilities component. Should still be fine. Oh boy. Okay, so this part's done. This showing in in this color. I don't know how that happened. It might, I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to look at this. I should probably just put a screenshot in here. Also, the color of the currency labels seems wrong. What should this be? I have challenge mode in here, right? Yeah, I must. I shouldn't have to say seems wrong. I think it just is wrong. Yeah, yeah, here's what it should look like. It should be white. What did I miss in the exciting world of Skeleseller? Oh man, what happened? What happened last week? I worked a little bit on the music. Unfortunately, you weren't here for Friday, right? I started working on the next town theme. Huh, that's weird. This is using the right audio device? What? I don't know how this is working. But I started working on the new town theme. But there's a problem with the plugin that I use for this. So I need to, like, before I even play anything, I need to go into here and set these things back to 0, even though they're already 0. I reported this error, and I really, really hope there's a fix, because this is like super frustrating to have to do. I have to go into all of these things and set them back to whatever they were. Otherwise, they're just set to some other random value. I also didn't get very far with this, so this is all like kind of placeholder harmony. And anyway, let me play this. I haven't listened to this in a while too. Let's see. I haven't finished it, which is why it just ends on a random note there. But yeah, I worked on that a little bit. I got some more challenge mode perks in. What else? I don't know. Yeah, it's just been a whirlwind of stuff going on. So I gotta fix I gotta fix a lot in that music track. I just really, really want to find a workaround for the bug that I was hitting. Very chill wavy. Yeah, I think it sounds a little bit more spacey than I wanted to. All right, so we have one other aspect of this that I need to look at, which is when you win or lose, which is here. And does this have a minimum size? I guess it doesn't scroll. We could make some of it scroll, but in general, I think this is okay. Okay. So this part looks fine. I'm happy with this. I think this, we just need to change a couple of little things. I didn't review any other code. Yeah. I wonder if I should review the code now. This is going to get harder and harder to do. Adventure panel. Even these things in buy perks. I should probably merge this, and we should just fix these problems afterward. Yeah. I don't want these things to get out of control, and I already dedicated some time to PRs right now. And there's another PR that very heavily modifies this stuff. So maybe I just merge this. There's a separator in this. Is this for yeah, this is the end screen. So this is when I click this. It's a style box empty and has 20 pixels. So all this is doing is bumping something by 20 pixels, probably this here. And that's fine. Yeah, I don't think this is, I want to get like super nitpicky about this. It's just the important stuff like scrolling. Do you use Claude Code or any AI tools? I use Copilot, but I don't use Claude Code, no. On Hey Chevrolet. This is fine. This got an extra new line here. In challenge mode specialization data? It did. I don't think we need a new line there. All right, well, that's a very tiny change. Let's revert these things and say remove new line. Copilot's on the advanced game. I don't know much about the sort of AI meta right now. I'm not really trying to use more AI. Yeah. I pretty much use it for IntelliSense, and I think it's good for that. That's kind of all I want for right now. Like, I'm not trying to offload major tasks to AI. Yeah, my eyes got like really dry for some reason. Oh, difficulty data has the same thing. All right, I guess we should amend the last commit. We can't do that though. We gotta undo the last commit because I want to change the message too. Remove new lines. There might be somewhere else we have to do this. So this is these. That's fine. That's okay. I don't mind. That's fine. New challenge on screen. This should have changed very little here. Because it's just to lay out the buttons a little differently, to maybe form them differently. Yeah, so far, not too much is different. This looks fine. This adds the tooltips. That's also fine. That's fine too, but why is this here? Because we used to put that there. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, you know what? Overall, this is pretty reasonable. I don't know how the color of the currency labels changed. Do you think there's a reason to not offload to AI? Do I think there's a reason? There's definitely a reason. I can tell you what the reason is for me, at least. I think there is a certain amount of what's the term? Ramp up time, or for getting used to prompts and just how to get them to be effective. So basically, every once in a while, maybe like every few months, I'll try some AI thing. I don't put a lot of time into it, and I'm generally unimpressed. Like, there's probably a way or a technology or a set of prompts that I could do that would get a result that's like usable. But does it take more time than it would take me to just do it in the first place? Is it worth developing that skill when probably it's all just going to get easier in like 6 months or 12 months or something? So I'll just keep trying every few months. If this stuff seems like it's, oh yeah, it's actually doing a pretty good job. Yeah, this is how I would code things. Then maybe I would trust it more. But yeah, for now, it's mostly a trust and ramp up time kind of thing. Yeah, I like that quote, Magnetic Bind. Hey TJ, hey Phil. It's also fun to dab and improve your skills, problem solving. Yeah, I think that's kind of another thing too. Sometimes if I know how I want to code something and it's kind of uncontroversial in my mind, then there's no real reason to give it to an AI. And then there are times where I actually really like how the AI does something. Like, even for me, AI is very smart autocomplete. That's how I use it. Smart autocomplete. And every once in a while, there's some idiomatic way of writing things that you might not have in your own head, or the syntax is obnoxious. So a syntax example is properties are just kind of annoying sometimes. Like, look how much of this is just syntax. You need curly braces here, but then an arrow here and a semicolon after the arrow, but not a semicolon after curly braces for this. And you need this when you're going to have a multi-line statement. And it's like, a lot of times I just want to deal with this. So write out the syntax for me, and then I'll just fill it in with whatever I want. And in those cases, sometimes what I do is I just have it autocomplete with literally anything so that I can then delete the structure of it. Maybe try Claude Code. I'm just not interested right now. Yeah. And I think part of this too is like you could suggest almost any tool. If you were like, hey, try X tool for note taking, for example. It's like for me, I have an equilibrium where I'm happy with what I'm getting out of what I'm putting in. And it's not to say it couldn't be better, but it's not lacking so much that I think there's a problem. Like if you ask me to draw a picture, I am very, very bad at drawing. So if you were like, oh, hey, there's an AI tool that can just draw these pictures for you, I'd be like, oh, by all means, that's something that it's like a step function improvement. But yeah, I don't think there's much of a reason for me to try AI coding again very soon. Okay, so I kind of want to merge this, but I want to figure out the problem with these. How could this happen? There's some like top bar. Yeah, here it is. These show up as white right here. So something is making them into a different color. I mean, I also see this here. Given key none was not present in the dictionary. Specialization data. I didn't even realize that was a thing. Is that complaining about this, what, the same thing every time? It is. Okay. Is that the same one too? Yeah, it is. Should we do that? I guess we validate that all of the keys are there. Could we make a difficulty that just has kind of nothing there? I wonder if this is worthwhile to do. Because we need to pass in a get display name, get description, and a bunch of difficulties that would otherwise have no reason to exist here. And it might even validate these difficulties. Such that I'm not certain this is smart or a good idea. All right, well, let's add these in. Medium, hard, very hard. So now it won't throw any exceptions. This does practically nothing for us. Also, did I check in the new line thing? I didn't. Let's check that in. I broke something. Is it trying to use this data? It probably is. So I messed something up. I just don't know how. The dictionary must not contain a value for the... Are you kidding me? What? Okay, hold on a second. There was an error that said the given key none was not present. And then I add it and it says the dictionary must not contain a value for none. So where's this one coming from then? New challenge run screen 146. Oh, we're trying to get none here. Okay, I think I know what's going on. Yeah, I think I did this in the opposite way. I'm glad I didn't spend a long time doing this. This gets the selected specialization. Okay, I see. So we're trying to set this to none. We should just select something from the get-go. All right, that's easy to fix. So this is happening early on. Well, actually, I guess we could just put a breakpoint there, right? Yeah, just put a breakpoint there. All right, so now it's happening. Selected specialization is none, and we just got to follow the call stack backward. Selected difficulty, toggled on, and we toggle this before we've done anything else. It's probably coming from there. Yep, right there. And this is before you've selected a specialization? Ah, I see. So there's our race condition here. All right, so what do we do there? We say selected specialization, set it, then update a whole bunch of stuff. But this is only going to work if, yeah, I think this can't be reconciled easily. Like if I put this up here, that might work, and I'm just going to try it. It's easier than thinking about it. I might as well just do this, and if it works, it works. But I don't think it's going to work. So is this none? No, now it's farming, but does it break something else? Yes, it does. Because now it's going to say that you can't get a difficulty. Okay, so why don't we just start these things at something and not none? And that way it won't complain. Yeah, so we'll just set it to easy, and we'll set this to literally anything. Doesn't matter. Farming. Sure. And now it won't give us any errors, but it's technically going to do slightly more work than it needs to do. But I don't think that matters. This is on the title screen where there's nothing else happening anyway. Okay, so that alone should have already been enough to, yeah, nice. Okay, now it selects farming, and actually it should have selected medium by default. It doesn't do that. So this is also, yeah, it thinks easy is selected. Oh, that's also not good. Oh man. Yeah, we're gonna have to change this UI. So storage enthusiast. Where's my comment about this? One last problem that I found. The whole UI can jump as you select different difficulties. All right, for this one, in order to show this off, we need to take a picture of this and then put that here and then make this double the size. Let's just set it to 8,000. And then click this, take a picture, put it in a GIMP. We don't need them to be actually that far apart. We could just do this. Actually, why even do that? Let's just copy this. Put this over here. Are we fixing the difficulty resetting to easy? I accidentally played an easy run yesterday because I couldn't decide on my specialization. I don't think so, but I don't know. Also, strange. This is the first time I've seen you type on YouTube. What made you switch? I'll have to look into your comment because I have to. Yeah, I have to figure out what's actually going on there. Okay, so what happened? How did that happen? Oh, because these are on different layers. Can I just merge all these together? Hello? Hello? There it is, merged down. Okay, so now I take a picture of this and yeah, good, cool. That's what I want. All right, and now let's try to get a picture of just these things. And image, crop to selection, and then paste this. And maybe draw some arrows in here. Yeah, I'm gonna do this in like the weirdest way. All right, so let's draw a line, just a vertical line like so. Let's try that again. There. And then draw some arrows. This expands the whole dialogue vertically. Okay, there we go. On my iPad. Ah, I see. Okay. So easy being selected. Let me think about that. So if I go into Storage Enthusiast very hard, start the run, go back to the title screen, yeah, it's gonna deselect it. I'll just write that down as an issue that we can work on. So thank you for reporting that. I'll just copy your Twitch name. This is indeed an issue. It's that challenge mode doesn't remember which buttons you had selected in between runs. All right, but we have another problem here, which is that this still isn't working the way it should. Oh, this is if selected difficulty is none. Oh my God. There's no winning, is there? Maybe we could get rid of the selected difficulty bit. Alternatively, maybe we could just check to see have we selected a button. Yeah, I could just do the same thing. First difficulty button. And then set that here. And then do this. And there we go. That should make it so that I think actually medium mode is going to be selected as long as it's not nothing. I don't care if it's easy or if it's medium. That we're not going to worry about yet. Yeah, it's easy right now. Oh, I see why. Yeah, I see why. Because the part where I'm setting it to hard or very hard or something is on the first entry into the challenge mode, not when you go into the title screen. Yeah. I think my issue was I had selected hard on farming, switched to garbage, for example. It didn't say on hard. I think it's just anytime you go into challenge mode, like I'm on this and hard, I start a run, I go back to the title screen. I think it's going to revert it to just whatever is selected by default the first time around, too. So, yeah, that's something we're going to have to fix for sure. Could just make that side panel a scroll container. Yeah, I wonder if I should just do that now. Well, the thing is, I actually don't want it to scroll at all. I think we need to. I think Kevin's gonna end up changing this even further. But I still think it's probably worth keeping this here because this looks nicer than what we had before. But we probably need the whole thing to be in a scroll container, and we got to fix this issue too. This gets like very messed up. So I think we should just set a minimum width on this. The one thing I want to figure out that I don't know why this is happening is why are these not white? I don't know what would have changed that in this PR. We don't have any issues here right now. We don't. Okay. So I should write this one. This is fix bug. Fix bug with none keys. There were exceptions that would print because we were trying to update details in the new challenge mode screen when we had none selected for something. I mean, it's easier to see the difficulty with the new UI. I was still on the blue and gray screen. Yeah, it is. And I like the theming of it, at least for that. So I will probably check this in, and this will make it to whatever the next version is that I publish. It's just there's still some things we need to do to fix this, because like this shouldn't happen. We shouldn't jump from here to here. We should also probably delete challenge : from here. Yeah, I don't like challenge : think we just delete this. Although if we're deleting the challenge name, that means this has no reason to exist at all, right? Theme color change is the only thing I can think of. Theme color override. Yeah, it has to be. I need to look into that still. So this will go here, and then we delete this. Wait, no. No, there's the actual word challenge somewhere. Where is that? Oh, there it is. I just delete that. Oh, good. Yeah. What am I doing? Oh my God, that was like the easiest possible change I could have made. And I'm like, I'm fumbling with how do I delete a word from the code? We could say farming specialization. Nah, I think this is fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I like that a little bit more. Remove challenge from UI. I just think it looks better without that explicit word in the UI. Yeah. All right, so now the theme color thing. Hey Goose, how you doing? Huh. So here's a theme. Something modifies the color. Paper stack theme. Hmm. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a button. It was. Ah, here it is. Label font color. Yeah, this changed. Hey David, welcome in. Okay, so I wonder where this color is supposed to be. I guess it's this color that we're using now. Yeah, so we probably, oh man, how are we gonna fix this then? And why was this not a problem before this? Maybe we want to play again, but I should work my blog. No, work on the blog. There will eventually be changes to challenge mode that'll be worth playing, but there hasn't been anything yet. Or at least not today, I should say, because I haven't actually changed any code. All right. So the currency labels, we should just be able to override these then, right? Why even let the theme decide what this is? We know it should just always be white. Yeah, let's just do that then. Oh, money label itself. What is this? This comes from currency label, which has this, which has a color. This is probably a mistake. But let's do it. So now it's guaranteed to be white, and then these need to change as well. Yeah, we should leave this up to the theme. Like panels top bar. We changed it. Yeah. This is stupid. Okay, maybe we can do this easily. Where how do we do this? Paper theme. Paper.tres. Why can't you you can't do fuzzy searches in here? All right, that's kind of lame. Okay, so which one of these is this? It's this one, paper stack theme. So I want to go add in a new thing here, which I think we can do. I think we can say panels top bar. No, we can't. All right, I think I can just add it anyway. And then change. No, this almost certainly won't work. Base type. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a panel container. But actually, I don't really care about that. What I care about is everything under this should have the label color set to white. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to accomplish that. I guess I could put a variation on here. And then in the variation, we change the label color, and that's it. That might work. Let's search for this. Copy property path, theme type variation. We should be using this sub theme somewhere. We're not. That's weird. Huh, hey Freak Technic. I clearly don't know what I'm doing. Paper stack sub theme. Paper stack sub theme. What uses this? Oh, it's not used as a variation. It's used as a totally different theme. Okay, never mind. That's fine. We do this though. We make a paper panel theme here. Okay, let's go take a look at that. Where do you see the different variations? This is a panel container. Huh. All right, I don't know. Yeah. I'm just gonna change this manually. There. That'll do it. Now even in the game, these should be white. I just need to restart. Let's restart both of these. There's probably a better way of doing that. Yeah, at least they're legible now. That's what we used to have, right? Yeah. Whoops. I just typed a bunch of stuff somewhere. I don't know where that even typed. Yeah, who needs scalable when you can have shippable? Well, also we're just changing the font color. Let's say these were supposed to be blue in the future. We would figure out pretty easily why these are white right now. Okay, so this I'm not necessarily going to fix. These things are problems. This I'm going to fix myself for now. I'll push a commit to override these specific labels to white, but we should probably be using the theme to do this. I just don't know an easy way of accomplishing that for now. Okay, so let's check that in. So we have 4 colors that we just set to white. This is technically just one color because it's in a base class. All right, so changed currency labels back to white. This should probably have used a theme or a theme variation. I didn't find an easy way quick enough how to do that. That didn't make it in with a 1 in there, did it? No. Okay. I think we can check this in now. Yeah. I'm going to merge this, but there are some issues that have to be fixed. Clear out the PRs. All right, let's copy a link to this comment. Need to make sure issues from here are fixed. This comment. Yeah, now let's go merge it. I didn't push my changes. Okay, that would have been bad. Yeah. Squash and merge. All right, so what do we have left to do? This I haven't checked in yet. This one we can do. Fixed most of the issues from the last UI update commit listed in the email. Did my best to address the overflow of tabs when resized. Use code to get the right side margin to work. Not sure what's the best way to do it. Tab bar needs the right margin 110. No find a way to do it in the editor. Just the margin for sub tabs since they don't have a close button. All right, let me take a look at that. 1149. Also, now there are merge conflicts here. Yeah. Okay, well, let's try running it. There were a lot of files that changed here, and there's some new. Yeah, so like this is new, this close button up here. And I like that. I think it looks pretty nice. Although when you click it, the shadow apparently changes. It gets darker. That's probably fine. Then, if you don't have enough space to render all of the tabs, we now have special buttons specific to Skeleseller to show all the tabs. This hopefully won't happen for many people. Also, scrolling does work here. And you can even scroll here. But I hope no one's playing the game on this thin a window, because even just this is enough to show everything. And even if you were playing on that thin a window, then it's gonna render these things really poorly too. So yeah, there is some minimum size we have here. All right, but it's hard to know what all the changes are. I know Kevin looked through this pretty diligently. So if this looks fine, I'm just gonna say that it's fine. Now the margin on this. Yeah, so I guess this is the issue. We leave some margin here for the close button, but we don't have a close button here. So we could use more of this space, I guess. Extra challenge, play on your phone screen. You know, I was thinking, if we made a mobile version, would people even enjoy it? Like, what would we need to do to make it work on mobile? Because I think technically we could just build this for Android right now and it would run. I just don't think it'd be playable at all. So I think practically every UI would need to change. But then there's one of the core features of the game is that you have battle windows running and you can't hide these. But on a phone screen, there's no way you'd be able to see a battle and your town in a meaningful way and maybe have like 3 battles going on at once. So we need some way of like switching between battle views. And at that point, it's like they're not even happening. I don't think a mobile version is probably going to happen for this. Or maybe if it does, it's only for tablets or something. But yeah, I think there'd be a lot of issues there. But that's all contingent upon the game being successful in the first place. Back button lavender. Is that what's used for the focus buttons? Makes this look disabled. Yeah. I miss Botland. Hey, Pickle. Yeah. I don't miss the game, I guess. And I feel like the stream environment was practically the same. So I feel like Skeleseller has replaced it in my mind. Yeah. Plus, I just like enough people have played Skeleseller now and have been like, yeah, this is fun. That didn't really happen for Botland, at least not a lot. I just think what would I have had? How would I change it? And not necessarily in the smallest possible way, but like if you just look at the game design, what's the simplest change that would have made it more successful? Like removing PvP or I don't know, maybe changing how PvP works. Yeah. All right, so little things like this, I guess I'm not going to really change too much about right now, but I don't like this. that this is changing to a weird color. I think when it is focused and clickable, that it should be a different, what is it called? A different theme override. The button on the left is normally green, but I clicked it, but I moused down on it, dragged the mouse off of it, then moused up so that it would be focused. The focus state makes it look disabled. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to paste this here. I guess I could put it in this. Thank you both for all the work on this. Some quick observations. Although I'm still going to merge this. There's one. This isn't even the right PR. Yeah, it's this one. Does that still work? It does. I was under the impression that people enjoyed Botland. It wasn't for me, but I saw plenty of folks have a good time with it. Remember The Office having the fun of the prototype? I don't think it had lasting fun. I think that was the problem. I think for a week or so, there's a lot of novelty. And then you're just like, what does normal gameplay look like? At some point, you've written all the scripts you want to write. And then you're just battling using the same pre-configured bots. There were a lot of game design issues that I just never really thought through too much. Originally, for example, the game was real-time competitive like scripting essentially, which is just such a dumb idea. Like imagine a 10-minute timer and you want to react to what your opponents are doing. It's basically just speed coding at that point. And that's not fun. And I eventually got rid of the real-time component. Okay, take your time, spend however long you want. You can spend 5 hours writing a script if you want to. A game doesn't have to last more than that. I think a PvP game does. Otherwise, you run out of players. And then the existing players stop playing too. The ones who wanted to play. But, oh well. It's not going to matter. I'm not going back to that. All right, anything else? Did any important scenes change? Like panel tab container. I guess we don't have a close button anymore. So we don't need to do this. Tab container controller. This is where Kevin moved some code. I don't think any other CS files changed, right? No, they didn't. So it's basically just theming. And a lot of this is margin and spacing and like this, for example, we clip contents on the map. Oh yeah, what? Oh wow, that's different. Did we turn that off? Clip contents is true. I don't think this always happened. Yeah, I don't think this happened before. Doesn't really matter whether we go into challenge mode or not. I guess if you go into challenge mode, I wouldn't have to skip that. Oh, also this, yeah, okay, never mind. We should go into challenge mode. I forgot we have to go through the tutorial as well. No, this always happened this way. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so take a look at these borders. This is what this used to look like here. And the borders had this little design on it. And here's the new style. Take a picture of this too. And now the borders have this little notch cut out of it. I think this looks very clean and nice. And it does this little aesthetic semicircle here for all of these where they connect. So yeah. And I didn't even think this was bad. I think it's amazing what Quickie Joe can do because he can just look at this stuff and be like, you know what, I want that to be a little different, and then just makes it. I can't do that. I can't do either part of that. This is gonna help so much for the demo, though. I can't wait. Okay, let's close out of all these things. I had more tabs open than I thought. Border overlay, panel container. All right, I'm gonna trust that this is looking pretty good. And I'm gonna paste this in here too. Then we're gonna copy a link to this comment and put this in here. What's that screen glitch? That's the diff somehow, like, can I show that still? No, I don't think I can show it anymore. The diff causes it to like jump up and then it realizes it should be jumping back down and then jumps up and down over and over and over and over again. So it's some VS Code thing that happens. And I generally just try to ignore it. Man, hey, Snow Goose. Also need to fix this from this comment. What is going on? Huh, that's weird. Yeah, weird. Okay, so what are we doing now? We're merging. I hope this isn't hard because I don't want to do this. GPOM. I don't want to rebase though. All right, so now we got to figure out the problems here. What is wrong here? Oh man. Okay, so figuring out which one of these to take is going to be practically impossible because I don't know why this size matters at all. So how about we just accept? No, we can't just accept the change for main. This PR modified it, but it could have been one of those automatic things that happens. Battle, panel, tab. Yeah, this PR set it to 3016 by 2048. I don't think that matters. And now it won't even load. I'm going to take the current change. Let's just do that for now. And now that means we can open it. Battle, panel, tab. Missing dependency for paper stack theme because there's a merge conflict in here too. Oh boy. All right, what are we looking at right now? A different style box. This is for the change that Kevin had made, and it was to delete the stone theme, I think. SOH8D. Sub resource for pressed. That can't be right. Oh man. Paper stack theme.tres. SOH8D. This is used in the pressed theme. Is this going to be a problem down there too? Surprisingly, no. All right, well, I don't know the answer to that one yet. And then what about this? All right, well, let's figure out what this is. It's the tab containers texture. Current is what's on this branch. Incoming is what's coming from main. I don't know what numbers to use for this. Yeah, I don't know. What even is this? Texture. Texture is papers back full. Papers back full. This one. I'm going to accept what's on this branch. Yeah, but I still don't know what to do about this. Where did this line come from? Let's blame this. 198. Challenge mode UI improvements. I think he wrote a comment about this being for the stone theme here. Can I see the comments for this? What do those magic numbers even mean? So just to be clear, these aren't exactly magic numbers. This is a scene file, which you're supposed to edit through Godot. And all of them mean different things. So in this case, it's like, what are the margins on a texture? And then some of these are going to be like, yeah, what style should I use when the button is disabled? Or what color do we use for the button? Those sorts of things. The reason I say they're not really magic numbers is because these need to be stored somewhere, and they have names for them. It looks like this file is pure magic numbers, but these are the definitions for what would have been magic numbers elsewhere. Anyway, there was a comment in here about this. It's this. So this is needed. So then we need to merge this in. Okay, that's not bad. So is this just adding a style box? Oh, wait. It's kind of funny. It got it random. It got a word for an ID, P in. So this isn't used at all anymore. So I guess all we do is accept the incoming change. And that's it. This should work now. Oh man. All right. Did I change anything else? I don't know. And it might have automatically modified some of these. Let's merge these. Then stage changes. Yeah. So continue. Committing is not possible because you have unmerged files. I forgot to click the plus. Continue. Okay, so let's just reload the whole thing. What do you need to do in this game? You mean to complete the development, or as a player, what do you need to do? Let me see if I broke this. A player. Oh, so there are two different modes for this game. There's like regular mode and then there's challenge mode. Regular mode is just beat the last boss. Challenge mode is like complete an objective. It's just get X gold within Y minutes. So that's what you need to do. Those are the objectives of the game. How you accomplish them is by building up your town and hiring adventurers and choosing the right upgrades for your town. And wait, where was this? Here, yeah. So this stuff should all look fine. This shows as green right now. Oh, wait, that's because we can click it. Oh, which means the text color is wrong. Oh, man. Nothing is easy. Oh, man. All right, I gotta write that down too then. The text color on the start battle button is wrong. I think it's always red now. I think that was different. Let me take a picture of this. Yeah, it's supposed to be white. All right, let's put this in the GIMP. And what it looks like now is like this. Yeah. This is a problem. This is mainly done in C#, or is only done in C#, yeah. And I use Godot as the engine, and it's been in development for about a year and a half, I would say. And the demo that Xyletics linked in there, it's playable. There's about 2 hours of content. The playtest version of the game has even more content in the form of challenge mode. So like we're getting closer and closer to launch. I'm hoping that by the end of this week, I can release challenge mode to some YouTubers and watch them play. And Arixa in chat, who's going to probably stream it on Twitch. Because I think that'll be really insightful. In fact, if we can get the new demo version out today, I can probably do this. Okay, I guess this is going to be the work for today. All of this stuff that we have here. Maybe I'll try adding another perk or two. I actually came up with a really, really good idea. I shared this in Discord chat, but I love this idea. I have it written. Where is it? Hang on. I wrote it somewhere. Yeah, here. So I was thinking, what if we add in as a negative? So imagine you have choice one is something like plus 10% income and minus 5% power for your adventurers. And choice two is some other positive and then a negative. And then choice three is something like plus 20% sludge value and then start seeing a dud perk. And this is the dud perk. It just says this perk does nothing, and there's various amounts of nothing that it does. So it's totally useless, and it just clogs your perk pool so that every once in a while you will get a bad choice, and you have no reason to ever choose it. So presumably one of the other two is going to be worthwhile for you to choose, but you might not like those other two, so you might be forced to re-roll. But I was thinking there could be an achievement for getting level 4 of the nothingness perk. How many people are working on the project? There are a total of 5 working directly, but they've been in different capacities. So, like Quickie Joe as an artist has been providing artwork pretty consistently throughout. Ski, I mostly kind of consulted with at first, and I actually haven't heard from Ski in a little while. And then Darkstorm has been sort of on and off developing too. Yeah, then all of chat. So yeah, about 400 people. Yeah, anyway, this is a great idea. I'd love to add this, and this should be incredibly simple to add because it doesn't do anything. So there's really nothing to code. We just need to add in some conditional logic for showing it. All right, anyway, the it's always red now part. Yeah, this is an issue. Oh, and that's a problem too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a big problem. The tooltip gets cut off here. Oh, I can't take a picture like that. Oh, this isn't gonna work then. Oh no. All right, I should check in the merged code. What do we change here? This changes the size of this. Sure, whatever. It doesn't matter. And then what changed here? The load steps for that. Fix merge artifacts. Okay, so sync those changes. I need to comment here. The start button text is now red instead of white. And then what's on my clipboard right now? Oh yeah, this. Okay, I shouldn't have uploaded that whole picture. This is clipped now. Yeah. Hey, Granny Sith. We now clip the contents of the instance map. So tooltips, which includes tooltips. Start button text is now red instead of white. Here's what it should look like. Okay. Zero skill in making 3D models. Try to learn Blender. Can you make something look good? All I know is just coding. I mean, you could potentially do it without doing it in 3D, and then you could probably find some asset packs that'll help you. Alternatively, you could just have dev art until you've got enough of a game where you can attract an artist to work on it. Okay, I should probably look for other issues that we have here. I think that if we were to turn off clip children for this, that we're going to run into a different problem, but I don't know what that problem is. Does this have clip set on it? Where do we even set that? It's like battle panel tab. Somewhere in here probably has it. I'm not going to go searching through this. Let's just look through the diff and search for clip. Yeah, instance map panel inside of battle panel tab. Got it. So now where's instance map? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. All right, so if we turn off clipping here, I suspect this will break something else. Got models. The problem is with animals and vehicles. Since I want to make my game cartoonish style, I must keep that art style. Yeah, but I think with asset packs, I don't think the goal should be to get your entire game working through asset packs because I think that's really hard to do. So it's like you can probably find some art out there from asset packs that does not fit your style, but that fits what you need for the game. And then eventually like sort that out later, I guess. How is this still happening? We probably had to clip the multiple things. Clip contents. The tab container itself, panel tab container. Okay. Panel tab container. Where are we clipping things? Clip tabs. This isn't clip contents though, right? No, it's clip tabs. Clip contents, here it is. All right, so that fixes that problem, but it probably causes another problem. And I'm guessing it's if we do this maybe? No, I don't know why this was turned on. Because I don't see anything overflowing the bounds of this. I mean, this is really tiny. We can't use this, but the screen window shouldn't, or the window shouldn't be that small. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Also, doesn't this mean that we don't need to clip the first one that I did? What even is this? It's this whole thing. So if we do turn clip on there, it shouldn't actually cause any issues. Yeah, it doesn't seem to, but I don't know why it was turned on in the first place. One thing you guys can do is add a slightly transparent black background. It kind of looks weird from you, the map in the background and the map in the menu. I mean, it is slightly transparent black background. There's a difference. It's just probably not as dark as you'd want it to be, I guess. Well, part of the reason for that is because there might be something going on in the town that you want to see. But yeah, I think this is one of those just after using the game, it's probably not something that would actually register on your radar. All right, so I guess we can keep these things on. Yeah, I guess we can keep them on. Well, this one we can keep on. We don't need to keep the other one on. That's bad. But maybe there was a perk or a tab where this is a problem. I just don't know where. Oh, here. Ah, there it is. Okay, I see. So that's why we made it so that you can clip these things. Because if I then do clip this, then this now looks better. No, it doesn't look better. Wait, what? Oh no. All right, I should have no changes right now, right? Yeah, I have not changed any code. We have this thing clipping. And I just shrink this enough. Yeah. Yeah, we need to just turn this off. It's not necessarily doing anything for us. Interesting. All right, any other like weird problems that are happening here? Okay. That's not 280 Oogly, thank you. I'm just testing random things out here to see what's going on. Yeah. So I think we got to update this. I can fix this myself by turning off clip contents. In what exactly? Panels tab container? I don't know why it was turned on in the first place in this PR. And I couldn't see any problems arising from turning it off. Okay, the start button though, we gotta fix this. This is pulling it in from the theme. Where even is that button here? So I would need to change the button text. Are we bug fixing again? Yeah. At least for now. I think I might have turned that on when I was testing something and left on. Oh, okay. Okay. Then that's easy enough. Also, thank you. I think this is great what you've done. And Kevin changed a little bit of this too. Update. I guess we can just do this. There. Okay. So changing this. This was part of the theme. I guess we don't want to change the button text. How is this white? Does it have a theme override saying it's white? Oh, that's not even the button. Where's the unlock button? So hard to read. Hey, Vibe Puff. Thanks for the resub. Happy 19 months. Hope things are going well. Oh, I feel like I'm breaking something. No, you should never worry about that stuff. I can't make assets, and especially the UI stuff too. It's like, so if you end up adding this and then it doesn't work for whatever reason, I'm happy to fix it. I just sometimes need to figure out the best way to fix it. And in this case, I don't even think this was caused by the PR that you added. I think Kevin had changed the theme color. And this stuff is bound to happen. That's okay. I need to figure out where is this unlock button. Apparently it's not called unlock. There it is. All right. And does this have a paper stack theme? Theme override. Nothing is set. The font color is white for that, but this one doesn't have it. Oh, because this is a button. This is not a button technically. This is a margin container, and then it happens to have a button. Oh, but it has a... Wait. It's so difficult for me to figure out. Theme is empty here, but it's probably inherited paper stack theme from something, right? Theme override? No, it doesn't have a theme set at all. All because this is outside of... What is setting that theme? This explicitly has the paper stack theme applied to it. So then why don't we just apply that to the button down here? Quick load, paper stack theme. That doesn't work. Why? This is just a button. Is it because it's disabled maybe? No. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Hepta. Are the texts in the child container? Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh my God. All right, that would have taken me a lot longer. Let me gift free technique a point for that. Yeah, so it's this stuff. So let's just change these things to just be white. Although nothing's going to change the text if it's disabled. So it'll just always be white now. But I think that's probably how it always was. Yeah. And now when you select a location that you can actually put all your adventures into. So it is moving slightly. There's apparently, oh wait, no, maybe it's this that's causing it to move slightly. All right, well that I'm just gonna leave as is. Okay, so this is the only thing I haven't worked on. I can fix that myself by just changing the color on start battle button labels. I just hovered over my profile and saw project repos and edutainment show. That's not even true anymore. Can I edit this? Edit, yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is going to show anything private, so let me just do this off screen. No, there's nothing. Oh, hey, display current local time, sure. It doesn't just know from Washington what this is supposed to be. Bio. Making Skeleseller for the foreseeable future. Twitch, YouTube, and yeah, let's put a Skeleseller there, sure. Neat. Okay, so the only thing I haven't fixed is this. And what changed here? Color, and what changed in this one? Get rid of clip contents, okay. So stop clipping panel containers contents. This way, the tooltip that shows when you hover over the start battle button won't get clipped, among other tooltips. And then this is fix color of start battle button. It is now white. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go sync that. And we'll merge this. And then there's just one more PR. And that is this one. So does this happen for me too? Can I just run .NET format? I guess let's switch to main. .NET format. Yeah, let's see. It used to cause all sorts of problems. And I don't know if it's still going to cause problems. Like, do I need to update something? Did Kevin update something? As in the .NET binary itself. And we're about to find out. So yeah, maybe this causes issues. And then I probably do just need to update something. Why is it not outputting anything? I'm pretty sure it used to output something immediately and then take a bunch of time, but now it's just taking a bunch of time. Am I? This doesn't look good. It's running. It's doing something. It outputted nothing and took 43 seconds and then modified the entire code base. Okay, so this suggests that Kevin has some version of this that I don't have. Yeah, because it's deleting all of the strings that we have here. Oh, that'd be really bad if we were to keep that. A version maybe? 80303. 80413. Okay, got it. So I just do need to update this. So how do you update this? .NET. How do you update this? Huh. I don't know. Is it a thing that's built in? No. Do I just need to download something different? Probably. .NET update binary. Do I just download something new? .NET 9. What? Didn't say the version was like 8? Yeah. 8019. I don't know. I don't know what even has this binary in it. I must have written this somewhere. Maybe if I search for install. No. I don't know. How do you get this? Yeah, I don't know where this comes from. I'm surprised I don't have any notes about this. It might just be from this. Or I might have gotten this through Brew or something. Is there like a Brew list? Brewlist.net. .net is not installed. Hang on a second, let me take a look at this off screen. Yeah, I apparently didn't install through there. I don't know how, I don't know how I got this thing. And I don't know how you're supposed to update it. And I don't know how I didn't write anything about this. Installed .NET trace. Where does the .NET binary come from? Oh, Net SDK package. .NET CLI. Oh, here we go. Where do you download this? Tool update. I don't know. I don't know where I got this from. I also don't know how this is even getting updated then, if I don't know where I even got it from in the first place. This also be on mobile platforms? Probably not. But if it's successful enough on desktop platforms, it could be ported to mobile. It would just be a lot of UI work. And probably some changes to the game design. Like something that's kind of weird, I guess, is imagine you have any game with a time-based objective, and then mobile has a smaller UI, which means it's generally harder to do the same things in the same amount of time. So it's not just a UI problem. We also need to change the game balance a bit. And I wonder how this impacts. I'm trying to think, what other games that are on mobile too, like Dead Cells, Terraria, but are computer games first. I guess you play these with a controller, so it's basically the same, and the screen is just smaller. I guess Stardew is also on mobile, and there I don't know what the controls are, but Stardew's kind of sort of time based, but in general you can still take things at your leisure. What's your problem? I'm just trying to figure out how I installed .NET and like how are you supposed to update it? Do I download it from GitHub? Do I download it from Microsoft? I don't remember where I got it from. Like I didn't brew install it. Did it come as part of the Godot download? And like why did I write no notes on this? Yeah, weird. But yeah, welcome in Top Swag. I mean, I'd be good if you guys will also focus on porting it to mobile. Have you played the game? You might not even like it. Why do you want to update? I need the newer version so that I can test out this PR that we have here, which is that .NET format no longer breaks our source generated code. But yeah, updating the SDK, I don't know how I did that. And this is from 2022. But I guess this is their main thing. Their repo's moved. Oh, here we go. This is probably where I downloaded it from then. Oh, look at this. We found their official repo finally. You can download it either as an installer or a zip. Contains both of them. Okay, cool. Yeah. Nice. So this is what I want. Let's go to their releases. And they have a Mac build here. Source zip. Whoops, I did not mean to click that. Build.sh. So this will build this for me. Didn't they say they have an installer somewhere? Where's the installer? I mean, I don't necessarily mind building it myself, but they mentioned right in the main page there's an installer somewhere. Be aware the installers are the latest bits. .NET latest builds table. Oh, here we go. These are the absolute latest, though. I don't want 10.x. So it was the page I guess I was originally on. All right, I'm gonna write this down in my notes because clearly I don't remember doing this. So .NET, the CLI, you get it as part of installing the SDK, which you can get here. That's also the route you'll go through for updates. Okay, there, that's it. Hey, Becca. All right, so what version was Kevin on? 4.1.3. So that's this. So let's get the installer for this. When did I do this? Like, this couldn't have been a year and a half ago, right? I just find it crazy that I don't remember this. Yeah. All right, sure. All right, engage privacy mode. All right, well, there we are. The camera should be shifted like this way, right? Doodaloo. Hooray. Which .NET might give some idea? Yeah, yeah. I don't know when this version was from. We were on 3.03, which if we go look at their releases, was apparently from a while ago, because I think even the old repo had 3.03 in here. Wait, what was it? No. This is not. The old one didn't have it. There's only the new one that had it. Releases. I am kind of curious. I want to see what this is from. 3.03. No releases found. Maybe we need to type like v 8.0.303. I mean, I found something. Here it is. July 9th, 2024. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Then that's why I didn't remember this. It's just been a year. Okay. Well, we got the new thing. So then do we have the new version of this now? Yes, we do. And does it work? Telemetry. .NET tools collect usage data in order to help us improve your experience. It's collected by Microsoft and shared with the community. You can opt out by setting .NET CLI telemetry opt out environment variable to 1 or true. Read more about this. Yeah, what are they sharing? Exception information when it crashes. Publish an aggregate under the Creative Commons license. Some is published at that. I wonder what kind of data there is here. All right, this is just aggregate information. I certainly don't mind this being collected. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I don't need to opt out. All right, so did it work? Sure looks like it. Yeah, I wasn't using Brew for it though. I'm surprised. Like I must have just installed it a year ago and then just never wrote a note about it. So yeah, looks like everything's working now. All right, let's try this by adding in an unnecessary change. I don't know, something up here. Let's just copy this, for example, and then delete it and put it into player ability. So it should be highlighted yellow now. And then I want .NET format to find that, which it should do. And then merging this PR should be simple. Then we'll fix the problem with regular mode perks looking weird. Probably just increase their size and call it a day. And I kind of want to publish the demo because I have been asking some YouTubers to play the game, and they're on the older version, which has the older UI. I think the game looks a lot better. So this now no longer prints anything while it's running. It takes about 30 seconds. That's fine given how much stuff it's doing. It did actually find the problem. Okay, no, something's weird here. It used to print out .NET format. I guess this -v detail is what I want. Because it just fixed this for me. In fact, I wonder if I can do an even better job. What if I have this up here? So it's also going to find that this is out of order now. Yeah. And I'm going to run this. All right, yeah, this is the output I want. That way it's clear it's actually doing something, but then it also should print the errors as it finds them. Using directive is unnecessary, so it automatically fixed that. And I guess it doesn't find the out of order thing because our analyzers are probably not checking for that. That's fine though. So it fixed, oh, it didn't fix it yet. New month. Thank you for making me more productive. Actually took notes and did a sort of scratch pad. Nice, 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 nice. Thanks for the resub. Yeah, I think note taking is incredibly helpful. And as you can see, it's like I just lost a bunch of time by not having a note about this. No associated fix found. Okay, so it did find the issue and it fixed that problem, and then it doesn't fix this. Yeah, cool. All right, this is looking good. Hey, neural net. Hello, hello. New best machine learning model training run. Nice. A PR. All right, cool. So note to self, I had to update the SDK using this link. Then this worked just fine. On V80303 though, it was totally broken. Also, the command I prefer for running this is this. There. And I didn't actually look at the PR, but I assume all I did is change the README. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I think we're done with PRs now. Yeah, so this has a change requested. All right. Hey, Pressel. Oh, what a confusing message from Impressel. All right, so these are done. File this stuff. I'll file this stuff afterward. I want to update the demo. We have one issue we got to tackle for this. Close out of all these tabs. All right, before the UI update, we used to show them in 3R3 blocks. We could just increase the size. We probably should increase the text as well if we're going to do that. But I wonder if there's a better way of tackling this. I shouldn't have set my script. Greet Adam. Say funny thing. All right, so we go get the town hall. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about is the issue here. We used to render these in a 3x3 block. So it'd only be like this kind of rectangle here. And now they're just in a straight line. And if we shrink the page enough, they will render as a 3x3 block again. So one thing we could do. No, never mind. I was going to say we could just shrink the size of this so that it only takes up that much space. But I don't think we can really do that because you might have unlocked all the different buildings. And if you do, then you'll have, what else do we need? This one and this one. All right, then you'll have all the tabs there. And it would look a little bit bad. Yeah, so I think we just go with the original idea and just increase the size of the icons. It's very easy to do. Q4 scripts already written. You're ahead of schedule. Purchase skill button icon 96 by 96. All right, let's launch it through here. The only other thing I could do is restrict the content area, which I don't know if that's a good idea. So if I load now, as I think this looks pretty nice. Yeah. And I think we just need to increase the font size of this a little bit now. Wait a second. There's no way for me to not have enough money if I need to go back into the game. I want to have not enough money to do something here. Yeah, I see. So it's faded. Okay. Yeah, let's increase the font size a little bit. Oh, wait, this is going to change challenge mode too, right? Maybe we don't want to do that. Well, you could have a lot of things in here. If we go to chaos mode. Whoa, what? Okay, I did not see. What is going on here? Okay, that's a bug we got to fix. That's very strange. Very ha. Was that funny? It was very ha, yes. What is going on with this? Oh man. All right. Well, we got to fix that issue too then. Buttons are getting truncated for some reason. But only when the mouse is actually down. No, wait, that's not true. These are, oh, I guess when it's selected. So I want to take a picture like this. I can't take a picture like that because it undoes it. But anyway, it still shows what we have here, so I guess that's fine. Pirate hard. There was something I wanted to test. Oh yeah, this. Yeah, I think this looks fine. Maybe just increase the size a tiny bit. Retired Android, thank you for the resub. I will just remind people that in September, I think all subs are on sale. So if you were going to pay money to resub, you should probably just wait a few days. But Prime Gaming is the same no matter what. All right, yeah, if I'm fine with the bigger size for all this stuff, then I'm going to change the font size on this too. Actually, it should just match what we did for the other button, right? What's the other button called? Skill button? Yeah, what's this? This is 22. So we should probably be able to make this 22 as well. Font size 22. Yeah, sure. Looks good. What about this one? Yeah. How's that look? I mean, they are pretty large. But yeah, I think that's fine. Is the game out yet? No, it's gonna take some time. That's super broken. Oh God, yeah, that's super broken. Oh, what is going on? Load game should force you to go into regular mode, and it doesn't. All right, I guess that's another bug. Although eventually we're gonna get this stuff fixed. If I click load game from here, yeah, that works. Hey, Grimoire. Excuse me. Yeah, things are going well here so far. I hope your day's been going well too. So what's the bug here? You go into the title screen and click challenge mode and then click load game. No, that's not the bug. You go into challenge mode and then go to the title screen and then click load game. Yeah, that's the bug. Okay. Bug. Have a completed or Start regular mode game, click grant most things, save, start a challenge, or like go to the title screen, start a new challenge mode run, go to the title screen, click load game. At this point, the UI will show that you beat the run. Loading the game should always load a regular mode run, though. So eventually, I'll just, you know what, I'll write this in the save thing that we have here. Yeah. Let's put the date here for now. Okay, so what are we fixing here? The button's getting truncated. The rest of this, I think this looks fine. Right? I click new game, I click load game. Yeah, nice and big icons. I mean, possibly a little too big. And yeah, I think this looks good. Okay. So what else is part of this issue? Yeah, that's it. I didn't save the other file. No, I did save the other file. Yeah, it's all just this. So this fixes issue 1145. Increase perk icon size. Fixes this. I also increase the font size to match skill button, which makes it look more fitting with the bigger icons. What else was on my list? I think it was that. I think I just need to update screenshots after. Uh-oh. Am I on a branch? Oh, I see. No. I merged and then forgot to pull. And now it's going to fail. All right, well, let's just amend the last commit or undo it. There we go. And now pull. And now commit. And now sync. Okay, easy. All right, so this has been fixed. Next up is this. This might be a little bit difficult to do because I'm not sure why this is happening. And what, it's only with those buttons over there? I don't even think there's another button in the game that lets you... Oh, these should be changed. Oh, man. I might have a bug on that already. Change these, improve the look of that, figure out why that contains that. I don't have a bug on that? Did I just put a screenshot in this document? No. I didn't. Okay. Well, I guess it's just players won't see this debug button here, but they will see this reset skills, and it's blue, and it's got, oh man, the font color's wrong too. I need to take a look. I think I need to like play through the demo again, because who knows what kind of bugs are there. This is disabled, so you can't click it. But then if you get enough sludge, it becomes enabled. You can click it. It's doing the same thing though. It's truncating stuff. I don't like that. Okay, let's go find out why that's happening. Maybe because we have clip content set. Then it had to be on every single button that we ever used. Paper theme. Outline size, font size, disabled, focus. Draw center, texture margins. Are these different from when you hover? 2016, 24, 18. No, they're the same. What? What's causing this to be problematic then? Like, I can see something changing size down here. And I'm guessing that's what's maybe causing this. It's very hard to tell. Like, this is expanding semi-randomly. I don't understand this. I don't know why this is changing sizes. But yeah, you can see the text bouncing all over the place right now. What in the world would be doing that? I wonder if we just delete the focus state. Like I can't easily zoom in on this because OBS doesn't show that for some reason. And I guess if I do things this way, this isn't going to look right. There we go. Yeah, this is what's happening. It's a heck box because the C is under here. I've just never seen this before. I don't know what's causing that. It's not the .NET update causing this because this isn't even C sharp. This is all just Godot and its theming language. It's probably the focus style. If I just delete this, it's probably, well, it's one of these styles. If I just delete them all, we'll eventually find it because it won't look themed anymore. Pressed. Okay, for it to not be that is kind of weird. Yeah, now it's fixed. I had to delete basically everything to get it to be fixed. All right, let's undo this and just reload the whole project. We don't have any changes, right? No. Crazy. Finally remove all bugs from your code base. Did you delete the whole thing? I'll tell you, Diamond. What is doing this? Is it this? Modulate has a change? I don't see any other differences here. Huh. I don't know. It grows in size when you click and hold. I've just never seen that. All right, well, maybe something. No, that doesn't make any sense. It's got to be this stuff. Show default. I guess turn that off. It can't be a color problem. We know that. It can't be a font problem. And that only leaves these. It's got to be one of these things. I just don't understand how that could cause it. And if I delete normal here, it's still moving, but I guess that's because we have hover and focus and everything. If I just delete all of these, then it eventually works. Yeah, so it's one of those that we got to like add back in. But how do any of them break? Maybe the margins are too large? That could be possible. What is this one? What is this one? Oh, they don't match in one of the cases? Oh, I just didn't expand all of these. The pressed one is wrong. Oh, my bad. Okay, so 2016, 24, 18. 2016, 24, 18. Okay, now I think we fixed it, right? It's still moving the text. Is there some other style where it's broken? No, they all look the same to me. Let's save this and just look at it in code. Paper stack theme.tres. Shouldn't all of these be the same? If I just select this block. Yes, and that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there were 5 styles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. What am I missing? I could totally see the margins causing that problem. I now have the same margin for everything. Oh no, it's fixed now. Why is it bouncing all over the place in the editor then? Did I need to reload this? Oh, look at that. Check button is moving to the left when I hover over this for some reason. Strange. Draw center is on for all of these, yeah. Subregion is not on. Are the textures different sizes, I wonder? Show in file system, open. The red one is 57 by 46. The green one is 57 by 46. Yeah, they're all the same. Huh. I don't get it. Maybe, okay, I have one other idea, which is maybe I have to reload the whole thing. At this point, this is academic. I already have it fixed in the game, apparently. I just don't know why it's not fixed in Godot. It could very well be a Godot bug. It could be something I'm doing. Yeah, it's still moving this to the side for some reason. Huh. And it's only on hover. But the size of the button is also changing as I hover over this. You can see its height going up and down. Weird. There's nothing special about this. Okay, well, we did have one problem before where the margins were bigger than the image. What did I just say that was? 57 by something? 57 by 46. 57 by 46. And the things that we're using here are these. So I wonder if this is adding up to the wrong amount. So left, right is 44 pixels. And up, down is 38 pixels. That's not a problem. I wonder if the margins are still too large. They look fine over here. Why would the right margin be larger? Because there was a bug a long time ago in Godot where if you tried specifying margins that were too large, there would be an issue. And I I don't remember if I filed that or if it already existed. But this looks like it's symmetrical, so I don't see a reason for this to be set up the way that it was. Oh, it's not symmetrical because there's shadows here. Oh, okay, 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 that makes sense. Okay, let's take a look at Godot UI margin. Did I write something about this? Do other buttons have the same problem? Anything with this theme would have had this problem. But like I said, it's fixed in the game now. I'm just not sure why it's happening in the editor still. I think it suggests that something is wrong with the margins. But yeah, when I click these now, it looks okay. This is kind of a problem too. The focus state as black text. Like we need to change a lot of this stuff. I have that written down already though. Where is that? Here. This happens for a new challenge run as well. And it looks especially weird that the focus... I could just change the focus state right now though, right? It doesn't... Yeah, we don't need it to be white. Or sorry, we don't need it to be black. We need it to be just somewhere in between. Focus? Is that what it is? Focus? Is focus state used when... font pressed color here. Yeah, we want this to just be something different. Out of curiosity, if I made it like slightly green, this would probably look ugly. I just want to see. Yes, it looks ugly. Oh, it's considered pressed, focused. Yeah, it's considered pressed and focused. And focus gets the priority here. So I think pressed color should just be like if anything, it'd be a slightly different. No, that looks stupid. Just make it white. Okay. Yeah. And we just need that to look a little different. All right, all right, all right. I'm gonna check this in, I guess. So we fixed the margin so that buttons don't get truncated. And then I fixed the color. So let's just check in the margin change for now. Fix margins on button to... There was a problem where selecting anything in the new challenge mode UI would truncate the contents of the buttons. I think this was just because one of the style boxes had the wrong margins. And then the next problem is change font color for focused buttons. Yeah, it looks strange for the font color to change when the entire button's background already changes. Okay. So this is done. This is done. This is done. So we would be able to upload a new demo now. There's a bunch of stuff that changed. We would need to update the screenshots, which maybe that's not so hard to do. How many screenshots need to be updated? I'm not going to update the trailer. That would be very hard to do. Which is unfortunate because, yeah, anywhere that we show the UI in the trailer is going to look like trash now compared to our much better new UI. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. All right, so we don't need to update that one. We do need to update that one. So 1 screenshot so far, 2, just 2 screenshots. Okay. There are only 2 screenshots that show the UI. I'm ignoring the trailer because that's a ton of work. And then anywhere down here, no, thank goodness. And then the itch page doesn't have the updated GIFs. Still got the old GIFs. But it does have those same screenshots. But that should be easy. We'll just take the screenshots once. Why? Wait. There's only one that needs to be updated here. What, I don't have all of them? Is this not going to load? Oh, we'll load that. It won't load the 1 screenshot for some reason. There it goes. It's taking a long time. Okay, so there's 1. And it's the adventurers thing. And that's it. Yeah. So itch only has the 1 screenshot. The adventurers page that needs to be updated. Little devlogs update in the store. Because there would be a % not knowing your stream. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think marketing is very important. I think the trailer is pretty important too. I just don't think it's worthwhile for me to spend however long it's going to take to like re-record some of these scenes. I guess I technically only need to re-record whatever's happening here. And here. So I could just re-record 2 clips and it would be probably fine. I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think a lot of people are ending up on the Skeleseller Steam page right now. And I need to make a new trailer for launch at some point. All right, well, the screenshot shouldn't be hard to do. Let's just go take those now. We'll just get the exact same ones that we had. So it's a picture of 4 adventurers. We got 3 in the battle party, and we're choosing the volcano. Sounds good. Create a script that plays the trailer, then you just record the screen. Yeah, but there's a bunch of like custom code that I used specifically for the trailer. I need to like keep that code in a branch somewhere. I do think that would be nice if we could do that. But yeah, it's It's a lot of work. Also, hey, scroll to go. All right, so we need a bunch of adventurers. So let's go start a battle and win that battle, and then start another battle, and then win that battle, and then trim that down. Okay, so now we need to hire a few adventurers. So let's get you. We need money, but we can't earn too much money. So the safest way to do this is just to save the game and then go to the title screen and then modify the save file directly. Where is the save file? Maybe in the tab titled save. Okay, so now let's just change your money to be enough to hire all the adventurers, but not so much that it looks like we cheated. So, like 500. Now load the game. Now with our 500, we should be able to hire everybody and build the farm. No, take that out of there. Okay, and then we need enough wisdom sludge. This we can kind of cheat our way through like this. I wanted to get everyone, I want to just replicate this picture. So we just need 20 sludge, I guess. So let's just do that. And that, and that. Okay, now we level up a couple of adventurers. The rogue and the archer. Let's use their points. We got to fix this. Yeah, we got to fix the level up thing. Got to fix the focus issue. Got to fix the focused button styles for the demo. The level up button is just weird. All right, so I click battle map. We click this. We go up to here, and then we just take a screenshot of that. Is there anything else showing in the picture? Volcano level 2. We could hover over it. Just beat once to reveal rewards. We could even just show the rewards there. Yeah, let's beat it once. And then take a screenshot of that. Nah, it looks kind of weird because without the cursor in the picture, it wouldn't be clear what the tooltip is coming from. I want to take a picture like this. Yeah, nice. Done. Okay, so there's our picture, but that's actually bad, right? Because I was not in full screen when I took it. Settings, full screen, or borderless. Okay, we want a picture like this. Nice. Now where'd the picture go? There it is. Okay, what are screenshot dimensions? Save image. Testeroni. It's gigantic. It is there. So it's exactly what my resolution is now. So I just literally saved this and uploaded it. Okay, sounds reasonable. So let's export this then. Export as... I'll put it in downloads for now. So what is this? Battle map? Sure. Oh, wait, what? That can't possibly have worked, right? Don't I need to export it with a type? Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. Cancel. Let me try that again. Oh, I did have a type. I didn't type it. Okay, so there's that image. And now what's the other image? The other image is the skill tree. So I've got a few different adventurers, and we hovered over a skill. Okay. So a few different adventurers. We've leveled them up some more. So let's go do that. So we're going to save the game. Then we're going to modify money again. We need enough money to hire a bunch of people. How many people can you hire? Or how many people did I hire? Hey, Joker. Thank you. Yeah, it's playable now if you want to check it out. Although I am in the process of uploading a new demo. Although that's going to probably take a few hours. So if you do want to play and you wait like a few hours, it'll be a better game. But it is playable now. All right, we had 7 adventurers. So 7 adventurers, so let's hack our money and make it like 3,000. And let's change our wisdom sludge and make that, how much do we need? Let's make it 2,400. Then let's load the game. And now let's go cheat. Let's unlock everything. I don't even need to beat that, do I? I can now hire everybody. Oh, wait, you can get adventurers that aren't supposed to be there. Okay, so let's get just the ones that are supposed to be there. Those. And then let's level up a bunch of them. So like 3 for you, and a couple for you, and a couple for you. There. Now we need to spend all their skill points, but we can just pick random skills. Because the whole point is just to take a screenshot here. There. And then we take a screenshot like this. And then did I put the cursor in? I did. Okay. Well, let's take a screenshot. All right, now paste that in here. I'll check out the new version tomorrow. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah. Hope your StarCraft games are fun. I still watch competitive StarCraft. Actually, I've been watching competitive StarCraft 1, surprisingly. I didn't think I'd go back to that. I like watching StarCraft 2 a little bit better, though. But for whatever reason, they're just not popping up on my YouTube feed, and I never remember to seek them out. But in StarCraft 1, I have to skip the first 3 minutes of every match because nothing happens. And I don't have to do that in StarCraft 2. Yeah, Brood War, yeah. What a game. Okay, so now we got to go find the image of the cursor. Where might you be? UI? Is it in here? I don't actually know where this is. I guess if we just search for glove, we'll find it. Yeah, there it is. All right, glove without shadow and glove. All right, let's just drag this over here. So there's our little image. Now we want to scale this up by percent 200. Yeah, that looks good. Sure. Oh, no, 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 bad scaling. Try that again. What does readjust do? I want to change the way that it's scaling. It's scaling with like linear filtering. How do you do that? Scale tool. Interpolation, here it is, none. Okay, there. Now we can do this. So percent 200 scale. Perfect. All right, now to move this over here so it looks like we're actually pointing at this. There. Beautiful. All right, now how's that for a picture? Yeah, we got a lot of money and stuff. It kind of looks like we cheated, but whatever. It's pretty good. So export this as skills. Sure. Okay, so now we got to upload these images, but then I also kind of want to put them in another spot. Give me a sec. This I got to do off screen. Where's Skeleseller? There it is. Steam. GIFs, fan art, marketing. What? What are these images? These are logos. Checkpoint builds. I don't save the screenshots, apparently. Okay, well, then I guess we're not saving these screenshots either. All right, let's upload them to Steam and to Itch. I don't think I'm allowed to show this on screen, so sorry, but I need to do this, so I'm going to do this, and it's just going to take some time. I got to find where we even do that. Oh, I got to modify both versions too, right? I got to modify the main page and the demo page. All right, sorry, everybody. Yeah. I can't really speed this up either. I just need to do it. So we're just going to take both of these. Graphical assets. I mean, I could turn on privacy mode, but it's still going to be pretty much the same thing. All right, library assets. It's not that. Screenshot assets. It is this. So drop image here to add localized version of the screenshot. I want to add new screenshots. So I just drag these two things over here. Done. And Done. Okay, so that's the upload. Is this suitable for all ages? Yes, 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 and yes. Okay, so it's uploading. Should be pretty fast. Although Val's probably doing some processing on them. I guess I can put chat on my monitors. I can see what you're saying if anyone's saying. The app has unpublished changes. Okay, cool. All right, so now we got to put them in the same spot. Drag this up here. All right, this isn't going to take too long. Also, it looks so much better. Oh my goodness. So again, here was the old picture. And here's the new picture. It's kind of hard to show them in their entirety, but like just look at what a difference this has made. The UI looks so much better. Yeah. Okay. And then move this one up here. And then delete these. Okay. I think we are good. Save and save. And now we just publish. Yeah, so modified a bunch of screenshots. Cool. All right, it is publishing. Successfully published both of them. Nice. Okay, that's it. We're done with that. Let's go see where chat just went there. So now if you go to the Steam page, it should show the new screenshots. Yep. Except for they're blurry. Oh, why is that the case? What? This doesn't look like, it looks like it hasn't finished loading or something. Not just that it's zoomed out a bit. What? No. Why is that happening? What about the demo page? Demo. Uh-oh. I wonder if I need to do something different here. Maybe not fully there. It might be that. All right, well, let's check them out again in another few minutes, I guess. See if the screenshots on the Steam pages got crisper after time. If not, figure out what to do. All right, then let's upload the itch one. There's only one of these images. Edit game. Here are all the screenshots. So we want this one, which is second to last. This is the skill table. Let's delete that. Yep. And then for a second here, engage privacy mode. I need to just make sure it's not going to show something here. Yeah, it doesn't. And what should this be? Skills.png. Yeah. Here we go. Open that. And then that's second to last. So we put that there and then save. Okay, so that should be uploaded. I don't see it. What have I done? Yeah, I don't see it. Oh no. It's there. Yeah, maybe it takes some time. Let's load it in an incognito page. Yeah, there it is. And this should load. You can read all the text. When you click it, you mean? Because if you don't click it, it looks blurry. But the full screenshot should be the same. I don't know what the delay is here. Oh, there we go. Yep, this is fine. Cool. All right, so we go back to the Steam page. Looking better? Still no. Uh-oh. Can someone else take a look at that? Like, does it look blurry when you just look at it in this little preview thing? Because if you click it, like I said, it should be full resolution. It's very crisp here. Hey, Ken. Any comments about the PR? I'll check it later and send a follow-up. Okay, yeah, sounds good. It's too small for me in Steam, but it looks better for you. Let me try an incognito page for this. Hey, look, it's me. 13 people are on this page now, probably because I was like, hey, I modified the... I think it looks bad. But this page is the old style page. This is the new one. Maybe that's why it's bad? I don't know. All right, let's not worry about that. I don't want to belabor this point. Okay, so Steam activity, we do this, need to update the screenshot. So we did this. We got to test the demo and we got to fix the button style. Let's start by fixing the button style. So this level up button, the problem is when it's disabled, it just changes color slightly, but it doesn't really look like it's disabled. And when it's focused, it's got a really different looking theme. Sent a screenshot in Discord. Huh, interesting. You have the old style screenshot thing too. And thanks for sharing that. Yeah, this is the new style thing that they have where like the trailer is better. You can scrub through, you can see previews as you hover over it like you would on YouTube. There's also, I guess, a quality thing here. I'm glad Valve is improving the store pages, and I'm surprised it took them this long to make sort of meaningful changes for this. Hey, Matt. Fresh week I read is fish week. I'm like, is the specialization that good? Yeah, fresh week. Been getting done with some stuff today. I'm happy with the progress so far. I gotta say I was saying I was like nervous about streaming isn't totally correct. It was more like I was nervous about what today may bring. Like I didn't know what I would work on. I didn't know if I'd have the capacity to do work today. So we figured out what we were working on. I mean, it's been 3 hours of just getting stuff done, and I think it's been going well enough. But yeah, I want to fix this style of button. This also is what happens over here for challenge mode. Yes, the focus state has a border that makes it look strange. So let's change that. That's this, and it is this style. Yeah. What is this thing called? Paper back button darker. I think we actually just want to make it lighter when we do this. Like we could probably just change this texture, quick load, paper back button green, and we could just modulate it to be, I don't know, let's just make it a bit darker even, like that. Hey, Tepsio. Mouse cursor also shouldn't cover button tooltip. Yeah, a lot of people comment on that. That's because I'm using a giant cursor, so that almost every program has that problem. Like you see this is Godot. It's got that problem. If we hover over this in VS Code, well, I guess hover over like this. It's like you can't even read this, right? It's just a problem with the mouse cursor being too large. But most people wouldn't have it set to like triple the size it normally is, so it's not really an issue. All right, so now it's not obvious that it's focused. There's also focused and selected, I believe. Or pressed and focused. No, it's just focused. Let's make this even darker. I just want to see the difference. Interesting. I think I want the border to change. Can you do something like that? You can, yeah. So we could just change the border if we wanted to. We could even quick load in the other border, paper back, this one, and then not draw the center and not modulate it. This will look really stupid, but yeah, this looks really stupid. So I mean, maybe what we could do is just change the yellow inset thing to be a different color, maybe like white. I mean, I could even make that change. Let's go try that. Open in file manager. What's wrong with them being blue and selected? So there are three colors that are happening right now. There's just the normal button color, that's green. Then there's when it's chosen, that's blue. But then it's when you've clicked something recently, and that was that like maroon color, which it's showing as two colors right now, but it's really supposed to just be one. So that maroon color is what's the problem right now because it makes everything look strange. All right, so here's what we can do. We can change this and just make this white. Color, saturation, lightness. There we go. All right, so export as paper back button green with white inset. I don't know if inset is even the name that you're supposed to use for this. Are you switching what's chosen when you click a button? Yes. So it's maybe more obvious when I'm not showing, like, these are essentially checkboxes or radio buttons, but something like the close button is a good example. Like when you click this, it is now focused and it just turned that maroon color. So what I think would look better here is if we did this. We did quick load in the paperback, this one, and then drew the center and then just left it as is basically. So now you can see when something is selected, it turns white. And then when you click a different button, it now turns blue. I think that might be good. But I wonder if we just didn't override the focus state at all. What if I save this and then just delete the focus one? What happens? Interesting. It puts this like a box around it. No, wait, no. A box is happening because I'm loading this in Godot. I don't totally know. Save. Well, that looks broken. I think let's undo that. I think it's just broken now. Nothing's gonna fix that, is it? No, it's not. Quit and reload. Load game. So it's still green. If we click away to something else, okay. Yeah, so now there's a problem because it is focused and disabled. So if you click away from it, all right, that's our issue. Oh, how do you fix this? How do you fix this? There's just a disabled state and a focus state. How do you control when it's both? Well, the focus is still useful for keyboard accessibility, like tabbing over to a button. Otherwise, you wouldn't know that it's selected. Godot focus disabled button theme. Don't allow focusing disabled items. I think we should align on this. Did I write about this before? Apparently I did not. Oh man. I don't know. Yeah, I never wrote about this. Did I write about it in our own stuff that we have? How did this used to work? open the exported build. Let's try that. Because I think if I just click load game, I should be able to see it. No, I exported with. Yeah, I just have a different style over here. I don't know what to do. Yeah, we need this to not turn green. What is disabled mirrored? Right to left? Or mirrored, press mirrored. Well, there's one other thing we could do, which is to just highlight the boundary of this, which is what I think we probably do for other stuff. Well, Matt, I wonder, like, maybe this person wasn't intending for it to be rage bait. Maybe it was just a, hey, they saw one person who was just crippled by taking too many notes, and they thought, oh, everyone who takes too many notes will be like that. I don't know. Like, I'm sure some people do just post rage bait, but I always like to think, what if they just hold this opinion? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is what we did before. I think we had a focus style, and I don't know where we did this, but we had a focus style that would just outline the border. So how do we search for this? Focus here. Yeah. All right, so close button had this. Close button.tres, where's that used? Kept posting about it over and over. Yeah, I would need to see the thing. Can you link it to me on Discord? Or you could share it in the public Discord, I guess. Controls. Yeah, okay, so here's where you can see where we're already doing this. So here it is focused and enabled. And then here it's focused and pressed. And we just have this white boundary around the whole button. And that's what indicates focus. I want that. So what is that? This is in controls.tres. Let's go find that. Focus is here. How does this work? It's nothing. What? Menu button? Ah, here it is. Style box flat. And we set a border and everything. Okay. Now we're talking. All right, so I think we should write this in over here somewhere. I'm not sure where. Buttons with custom children. Okay, so how about this? Focused buttons. Okay, so a common problem I ran into is that buttons should have a focused state so that keyboard controls support is more obvious what you'll be pressing. But the button itself could be enabled or disabled, meaning the focused, well, what is it called? Meaning its style/focus texture shouldn't cover the whole button. Otherwise, it would need to be conditional. What I settled on is making the texture be a style box flat. It's technically a style box, I shouldn't say texture. Into a style box flat that simply outlines the edges of the button. So there's a border And the margins don't actually mean anything. Shadow doesn't mean anything. So I guess we just take a picture of this. So for me, it was just set a semi-transparent white color and then set border corner radius. Is there a way to see this down here? Shouldn't there be? There's no menu button here. What does add preview do? Oh, can you preview what a menu button looks like? Is that a thing? I don't even see where menu button is. I still don't see it. All right, where is menu button? It is in, it's not even a thing. It's just called menu button. Oh my God. All right. I'm done. All right. Just write this over here. Set, what is BG color called? Copy property path. Set BG color to something semi-transparent. Set the border. Wait, I set the border color. Is that transparent as well? It isn't. Well, this technique is pretty apparent without me even writing this extra stuff here. Set border color to whatever you want. And then set the corner radius properties, e.g. this. The result is something like this. Okay, so how do we show this? I think this is the, yep, this is the old version. So if we try going to save game, we can't click it. But here's what we can do. We can take a picture of this. So this is a focused and enabled button. And then this is a focused and disabled button. And now we just need to make a screenshot that looks good. So let's change the canvas size here. Just make this 2000 by 2000 while I'm working on it. And then put some text things here. Man, sometimes I just want to manipulate these images easily, and I just feel like there's a lot of extra steps in GIMP. I'm not saying I'm a genius at it, but I like MS Paint for this stuff. All right, so this is disabled and, well, focused plus disabled, I guess. Monospace. I don't know, I want to use, I don't know, for data. Does that even work? I think I need to select the text for this. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I want everything to just be easier. There, great. All right, so focused and disabled. And then we have another one that is just focused plus enabled. Cool. So that's our text. Let's merge that down, and now put these in the right spots. I guess add another layer beneath all this. New layer. Fill with white. Good. Okay, so that'll let us actually read this. So we're going to put this over here. That doesn't work because you need to select by the filled in pixels. And then same thing with this. Oh my God. I will never know what I'm doing. I really need to just use a different program for this because I hate this process. I'm like frustrating myself the more I use this. Okay, then put this over here and merge that down and then move this. Okay, we are looking good. So now select the whole thing. And there's our image. So it's just the white border that I wanted to point out here. I guess we can trim this a little bit further. Opt to selection, merge, and Google Drawings is probably good enough. Yeah, I should probably just use paint.net and an emulation layer or something. What program do I hate? GIMP? I just don't like GIMP for this particular task. Like, you want to just put some text and a couple of images next to each other. Like, this is what I wanted to create. This would have been like dead simple in MS Paint because everything is all taking place on one layer. But in GIMP, like each object it knows it's a text object, so you click it and then you have to drag it differently from how you drag an image object. And yeah. All right, so what did I want to do with this? I want to put this in my notes. Notice the faint white outline around each button, despite that one is disabled and the other is enabled. All right, so let's apply that over here now. This should be pretty simple, right? So we go to paper stack theme and we get the focus style and we make a new style box flat and then edit this. So this is going to be about 100 there. And then we set a border color, which is apparently already set, and a corner radius. This actually doesn't have a corner radius, right? We just set a border width of like 2222. Now, what does that look like? I think I'm combining a bunch of different styles right now. I think we need to restart this. Okay, so can I load? All right, that kind of works, except for that it is, I think, drawing the center of the button. This is kind of interesting. So turn off draw center. Yep, okay, so now we have that. We actually could have the center get drawn. In fact, don't we on the other one? Close button, T-res? Draw center is on. It's just, oh, it's a texture? Are you kidding me? What happened to the menu button thing? Oh my God, it's controls, not close button. That's why. We set this to, oh, it's not white, it's gray. It's 50 HSV, so V is 50. And then what though? Corner detail 8. Color of the border, I don't think we even changed. That's 80, so 50 and 80. So this is 50, which is very, very slightly different. And this is 80, which is the same. So why does this look bad? Oh, I'm doing the same thing here. It's just, oh, am I? I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm looking at the wrong style for something. Game menu. What are these buttons? They're settings buttons, which is a button with sounds. And then there must be a theme here somewhere. Theme is never set. There it is. Close button. That's literally just on the one button. No, it's on all of them. It's close button. So the focus state is a specifically made texture just for this? Interesting. So what I said as a technique wasn't even correct. Oh, that's fun. And there are content margins for this. So maybe that's what I should be doing here, is making a specific thing just for this. Represent a border in itself. You could do this with a style box flat. but I think it's better to make a texture that matches the shape of the underlying button. Yeah. Okay. So what do we want to do for this one, I guess? World's only 208 days old. You know it. Hey, banana. Because what I have, I think, is kind of ugly. We could just make this less obnoxious, right? Like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's not super obvious that it's selected. I guess a corner radius might be decent. And I guess changing the border to something more apparent might be good. We just need this to be kind of... Oh, that's super bright now. And I guess we do want more of a radius there. Maybe 90. I think any corner radius is bad. Maybe 1 wouldn't be bad. Yeah, 1 looks okay. Although at that point, it's not really rounded. It's also putting this around the shadow, which is the problem. There might be a way to stop that from happening. Maybe if we change the expand margin or something. If I just set the right margin to 5 pixels, what happens here? It goes the other way. Okay, so I want it to be like -2, I guess. But you can't do that? You can't set this to negative? Maybe you change the skew to -2? Oh no, skew is not what I want. Skew draws a parallelogram. I don't know if you can do this. What does blend do? Will fade into the background color. I mean, that's not bad. If I change the border size to -2, no, you can't do that. Yeah. I was gonna say a negative margin would kind of make sense here. There's yeah, there's nothing else. There's a content margin. I guess I can set this to negative. What if I set this to -5? You can't. Oh, goody. All right, well, what if I set it to 2? I don't see any difference. Let's set it to 19. Yeah, I don't see any difference. Yeah, I think you can make negative margins on margin containers. I just don't think you can do it here. And yeah. Not affect the size of control as corner radius. Okay. Am I even changing this thing correctly now? What if I set this like 5, 5, 5, 5? I think I'm not doing something correctly. Yeah, because this isn't modifying it at all. Or I'm... No, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just restart this. The joy it brings him. It's his poor little heart just wants to make some UI changes. I'm not even modifying the right thing. This has become very clear to me now. How though? How did I mess this up? The border width looks like it's doing nothing. What if I just change this to like bright pink? Am I... Okay, I am modifying the right thing, but that's the background, I just realized. Maybe once the corner radius is set, it stops using the width of the border. No, that can't be it. All right, I don't know what's going on. What does this even control? Border width for the left border. You would think that as I make that bigger... Oh, it's because blend is on? Oh. Oh, so setting this to even 50. Okay, interesting. Now there's a button. I think we can all agree this is the best button out of any game ever. This is so bad. All right, let's set it. We're at least making progress, I think. All right, that's probably a little bit better. Let's make it even better than that, and then probably trim this down. This is so difficult. All right, so is it even apparent now when it's selected or not? It kind of is. I think it can be a little bit better. Yeah. We have this set to draw center. What do we turn that off? And then set this to, yeah, solid pink again. What is that going to do for the border? Nothing? The blend only works when draw center's on? Because now there is no background color. But if draw center is on, it's going to fade. Yeah. Interesting. So you can't have them, you can't have it fade to a color that's not overlaid on top of the button. Okay, so there's some combination of this stuff. Let's just put this over here and put this over here. It won't work that way. Oh, lovely. Yeah, well, I guess we can shrink this even more then. And then just make this take up the rest of the space. Yeah. So some combination of things here is going to make this button look better. And I want it to be apparent. It's selected right now, right? Yeah, I want it to be more apparent that it's selected. If we just make this red, does it do anything? It does. So I obviously don't want it to be red. And I don't think I want it to be full white. Maybe something like that. And then just change these a bit. This looks bad because it's outlining the shadow. We probably should just make a custom texture for this. Yeah, I think that's the solution. Does this change something? Yeah. And if we expand the right margin here, it's just going to extend outward. If only you could lower it. Why can't you lower it? Expand margin. Expand margin not working, bleeding out to bottom. Expand margin right. No one talks about this stuff? Godot expand margins negative. It's for a style box. I guess we could just look up style box Godot. Here it is. Expand. A style box flat has it. Expand margin. Yeah, here. Expands the style box. Useful in combination with that. What if I just manually set it to -2? Will the UI like auto-correct it? So I save this. I go into paper stack theme. I find the expand margin. This is of the focus state. Here it is. Here it is. And we're just going to set expand margin right equal to -2. Is that possible? No. Or maybe I need to double click this. Yeah, I got reverted. No, it just doesn't render. Does it work? Let's set it to -10 or something. Very obvious. I think it's going to get undone as soon as I make another change. Like if I set this to 1, for example, does it work? No, yeah, I don't think it can be negative. Because we can see the top one changing, but the right one, even though it knows that it was modified, it can't render it lower than 0. No, that's too bad. Yeah, so I don't think there's a way to do this. This doesn't seem to control anything. You could change the shadow offset, but it's not even rendering a shadow right now. We could render a shadow like that. Okay, well, I've learned nothing. Yeah, I've learned nothing. That's not true. I just need to make a texture that looks good for these buttons, which is pretty easy to do. So we get rid of the shadow here and here, and I guess that one little pixel there. And we just render the border. So get rid of all of that. And then just make this into any color. Doesn't matter what. White, I guess. Select none. There. So now save this as paperback button border only. And then just use that texture. What I should have done originally. All right, so new style box texture. Quick load in border only. And look at that in the game. No, can't look at that in the game. Gotta reload. We're gonna get this. This is gonna be the best button ever. Now it's off by a bit. Huh. Probably because I need to set texture margins to match the other ones. Probably. All right, so 2016, 24, 18. 2016, 24, 18. Yeah, that looks better. And then we can use the modulate here to change this to be a little bit more... Wait, we can't do that? Oh, we can. It just doesn't modify itself in real time. Yeah, so something like that. Or votes on who can create the best buttons. Imagine if that caught on. That's the new Minecraft. Draw center doesn't really matter for this at all. All right, so that's what we have. How does that look? I think bad. I don't know why it's bad. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I think this is good enough for now. It's at least better than it was. Button stealer? Chrome extension that steals buttons from the websites you visit. Do your usual everyday stuff online and watch the collection of stolen buttons grow. Wow. Amazing indeed. Also amazing that Kevin even knows about this stuff. Hey, Kenny. Okay, yeah, so that was a lot of time spent fixing this style. I am cold and I want to eat food. My body is just like, get up, stop doing this. I actually am pretty happy with the progress though. So here's what I think we need to do. Testing the demo, and then if everything looks good and really try for bugs there, then publish the demo and make sure to make a news post. What you eating? I got a like a burrito bowl style thing from Costco, my favorite place. And then commit the change to the button styles. Oh yeah, and then check to see if the screenshot got better. Did it? I really doubt it. Yeah, it did not. If we shrink this, does it look... I guess this is... Yeah, I see. Okay, I did not realize how this worked. I kept attributing this to being the new style of a preview thing, but it turns out it was just smaller. The only way you can tell it's a new style is by going through the trailer, because the trailer has previews. I don't think the image widget changed at all. So it's just that it got bigger here. And by being bigger, it's now more obvious that it's not crisp. But how does it look for other games then? What if we go to like Stardew Valley? Is there any text that shows up in any of these? Yeah, this. And yes, it is blurry. And I'm guessing at the smaller size, it looks good. Yeah. And the full size would look fine too. Yeah, so then this is just a problem with the screenshots on Steam. That's fine. Hey, Ayush. Oh, all right. Right, so we're not doing anything there. Okay, I'd be very happy if we could get this stuff done this afternoon. So yeah, this is going to be the plan. Currently, it is going to be get lunch about 1:10, 1:15, come back, test the demo, and then rest of the afternoon, make any changes that come up, publish, and make patch notes. Yeah. All right, well, let's take a quick look before I go get my lunch. Recently uploaded. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to go watch over lunchtime, is this person's video. So I like to help out wherever I can. If anyone else wants to watch some Skeleseller, check out that video. You know, do the usual like, comment, everything. If people feel encouraged to stream Skeleseller stuff, then maybe we'll get more people doing it. And if I search for Skeleseller here, okay, no new videos that I haven't seen. All right, I'll go get my lunch. I'll come back in about an hour. Thank you all for watching. If you want to join Discord, here's the link. Oh, weird, I can't type for some reason. There we go. No, wait, something else is messing up now. What is going on? I'm trying to end the stream. I want to leave. All right, it was a mouse problem. I unplugged my mouse and plugged it back in. Must have sent some keystroke that was wrong. Yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll be back in a bit. Enjoy the break.